Bring in the fire, bring in the fire, bom, 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 bom. Bring in the fire, bring in the fire. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another day. We're alive. Let's go.
How's everybody doing, guys? All right, guys, we're gonna have a good sesh today. We got some beers, we got some dabs, we're pulling out the Earl Jr. Metatron. This is a beautiful rig here from Earl Jr. Signed. This is probably a one-off. I got a lot of one-off Earl Jr. rings, and thank God he's blowing up. So maybe these one-off rigs will just keep going up, up, up in price. Bongs up. Hello, Clara. Hello, Grant. Hello, Cannabis. I want to give a quick shout out to all you guys. I have the best fans in the world. I know I've said this before, but I truly mean it, guys. Dank and his wife made the beautiful plaque and the tie-dyes, and we got other guys doing donations like Lays Lazar and everybody, Funks and Brian, and we got WW is actually sending me out some more tie-dyes, guys. I mean, literally, you guys all right. I would have probably ended this channel a long time ago, but every time I ended a channel or I had issues or I deleted a channel or something happened with the channel, I tried to bring it back. And it's always hard to bring it back as strong as it could. But you know what? It always came back with all you guys, some of the best fans in the world. Some of you guys lose me. Some of you guys find me again. Hearing the stories about you guys used to hanging out with me and how you guys all grew up and shit. And I hope, if anything, I made you guys laugh a little. We had a little fun. So you guys keep the channel going. It's all on you guys. So thank you guys very much. Again, we got some tie-dyes coming again from, or at least one tie-dye from WW, so I'm excited to see that. Just sent him the address, guys, so go check out our Discord, guys. We're always talking there when we're not live here. Yeah, Mark was on yesterday night, and I was going to get on, but my kid got sick. That was the other thing. At the Angels game, as soon as the game was over, he had a sore throat. You got to figure he's touching everything. You're around a whole bunch of people. Then he's also eating popcorn and pretzels, and he's touching it and touching his face, and it's just impossible to avoid germs and shit like that. So he got sick, got a sore throat, been congested all night. He's still kind of congested, but again, special thanks to you guys. You guys all rock. I just want to say that. I just want to thank you. Say, guys, you guys are very appreciative, or I'm appreciative of you guys. I literally would have ended this channel a long time ago. When I see people not put in work, you know, I only put in as much as everybody else does. And you guys as fans put in a lot of work, so I try to do it too. All right, guys, we are doing the peanut butter burger. This one tastes like leathers. Well, Mark has a better cough than me anymore, I think. Shit. All right, guys, let's do a dab here. I'll tell you what, I couldn't cough with those fucking shots yesterday. That apple, what was it? The 99 bananas. That was horrible. All right, guys, let's do this. Check it out, guys. Look at that, one-handed. You can tell I used to work in the soda industry. I mean, a lot of people, if you can't grab them and like that, like this is how I used to always just grab packs when I was in the soda industry. We got the Modelo. I miss the old 12 packs that were like this. They used to always be like this. Then they switched over to those fridge packs. The fridge packs suck. I'd miss these old ones. Ugh. Hey, WW, this is the dude hooking it up with the tie-dye. Thank you. I don't know if you heard, I gave you a shout out earlier in the video. But thank you. Awesome fans, awesome friends. You guys keep the channel going, dude. And I can't wait to see it. I'll show it. I'll rock it. I'll give you a shout out. He has vintage tie-dyes and shit. Hell yeah, bud. All right. This Dabmarines for you guys. This is for the fans. Look at that. Like I'm pouring a Guinness. But yeah, I pulled out this rig. I couldn't decide what rig to grab, so I grabbed this rig. This rig is the most pain in the ass rig to fill with water. It literally uses less than a shot glass of water. It's a very big rig, and if you put too much in it, just sucks it right up. So you got the like tesseract in the middle, and then he's got like a thing going around it. Then he's also got another tesseract inside a cube inside of a cube inside of a cube. Crazy designed rig. Let me get this off here. Can't see it. So this is the rig we'll be hitting. Ooh, I hear a phone call. I hear the White Russian calling. It is the White Russian. What up, Mark?
What's going on? How's it going? How's it going?
Chilling, chilling.
How's it going, everyone?
Yeah, my kid was sick last night, so I was dealing with him.
Yeah.
You ever drink rum chata, Nick?
Is he feeling better?
He's still congested. He got it, at the baseball game. Touching everything,
Like
then he touched his
allergies
food.
or?
I think
Oh,
now, I think he got it at the game because, he touches everything and then he doesn't want to, he puts the hand sanitizer on and then he touches everything again. Then he touches his food and it's impossible to keep a kid's hands clean. They don't think of what they're touching, and he said, I want a pretzel. So he gets a pretzel, which he touches and then throws it in his mouth. Then he got popcorn, which he touches and throws it. I got a hot dog, so I didn't have to touch the damn hot dog at least.
man, when I used to work I used to work at the deli, and holy shit, these kids that would come up there with their parents and start just putting their mouths on the glass case, and their
I
parents
know.
are just watching you do it. And every time they do that, I was like, I just cleaned those using,
Lysol.
this, and I hold up, a big thing of Windex. I was like, I just cleaned those with this. You might want to keep his mouth off of there.
Yeah, well, at
I was
least
like,
you
oh,
cleaned
yeah,
it. It could be worse. You didn't clean it. Some other guy just wiped his ass and put his hands all up on it, and he decided to lick it.
that's pretty much that's what happens. Everyone just leans their hands up again because they think they can lean it against it and see the meat better. But no, I shouldn't have to say, hey, we just cleaned that. They should just, parents should just keep their kids' mouths off of shit.
Well, see, my kid, thank God, doesn't do that, but it's the worst thing. He has a habit of sticking his fingers in his mouth, like when he gets like bored or nervous. Instead of biting his fingers, and so he'll be like, we're at a theme park, and walking through, those alleys where everybody's touching every fucking rail, and he's touching every rail. Then I look over and his fingers in his mouth. I'm like, get your fingers out of your mouth, Jesus Christ! And then, sure enough, every single time at the end of the day, my throat hurts. I wonder why.
They have something for that.
What?
It's this stuff that you can put on. You can actually kind of put it on like nail polish.
Yeah, I remember the nail
And
stuff to keep you from biting your nails.
it makes it taste really bitter
Bitter,
and
yeah.
disgusting.
Well, see
So,
they did that to mine, and I have no nails. And what happens is I just started picking my damn nails. So now I'm a picker. So I pick them, and then when it gets the corner, I'll bite it and pull it off. I don't have to deal with any taste.
well, he's not doing it to bite his nails,
Yeah, you're
though.
right. He isn't biting his nails. That is true. That is a good idea. But yeah, he gets sick all the time. Touches, that's kids. It's
Well,
is what it is.
it's just a thing that kids have. It's this oral fixation that kids have. Like, it's something that adults have. Like, we have. That's why we smoke joints and fucking
Yeah.
do. Like, it's psychological.
Well,
Everyone's gonna have it.
Well, also, the other thing is also like they don't think of all the stuff they touch for some reason. I'm not even a germaphobe, but I'm just always watching. I'm in line at a theme park. The guy's scratching his ass and he's touching the rails, and and it's like, oh. All right, let's do a dab, dude. Get your nails out, loading bowl, short john, short buns. Turn on your vaporizers. Pour your beers. Pour your shots. Get your dabs ready. We got the Metatron from Earl Jr. Mark's got his new rig out. I know, Dank. It's a pain, bud. Kids and getting sick. They never will learn. But then who are we to tell? I go to a fucking I go to a weed event. We just pass a joint around.
Right?
I'm like, quit doing that. You got germs. I'm like, I don't know who you are. Give me that joint. Give me that joint. Give me the joint.
Dude, for real, man. I've gotten so sick off of I've gotten sick more off of shit like that than anything else. Like, I would go to I was living in Texas, and we'd have these, DFW Normal would have these events, and everyone would be smoking, passing joints and everything, and yeah, you end up getting sick.
Well, that's why you do shit like, you know how Tommy Chong does it? How he like cups his hands so he doesn't put the joint to his lips? And then they got those rubber grommets now. So there's ways to kind of get around it, I guess. You kind of look weird sometimes doing that. I don't think when you put the joint in your hands and you kind of cup it, you can put your joint like in here and kind of cup it and make like a little bong and just put your joint like right here and hit it so you don't have to put your mouth up to the joint. That's a way to do it. I mean, I used to be able to do it because I used to make that bird sound. So it's almost the same thing. You just put your joint in here.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore, but I used to be able to. Yeah, I know, Dank. That's probably why we got such an immune system. Also, I was drinking that damn warm water out of the hose before I ran it. So fucking, I was like, you know, fucking warm water. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'd just be more worried about spiders and the temperature of the water.
Shit, it's everything.
You know, getting a snack with your drink.
Malaria. I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of bacteria. I was a champ though back then. I never even got sick as a kid, which was kind of funny. Cheers, guys. So that 12-pack of beer was $14.99. One 24-ounce beer at the Angels game was $15. I didn't even want to get a beer, honestly. I went to the game. I couldn't handle the prices. I became a cheapskate, I realized when I walked to the game. Because the hot dog was like $8, bratwurst was $10, the nachos was $8.50, popcorn was $8, and then the sodas was, you know, $6, $7, $8, and then I saw the beers was $15 for the 24-ounce Modelo, and I was like, I ain't getting it, so I didn't get it, and we're just sitting out in the sun baking, and I'm just like, whatever, I don't care, I don't want to fucking spend it. And then about halfway through the game, my wife looks over, she goes, "You want a beer?" And I was like, "Yeah, but if you're gonna offer, but I don't want to pay that."
And yeah, it's a lot for a beer, you know, but I don't know. I really don't get why why it has to be so expensive. And don't they make enough money at these games?
Probably not. They're never full. Cancerous plastic hose shit. I drank warm bottles. I was drinking warm water bottles. You know, they say don't leave a warm bottle in your car warm. Did it all the time. When I was a 7-Up sales rep, I had a Ford Ranger pickup with the little tonneau cover and the little 7-Up logo, and I would go thing to thing, and I would have energy drinks and waters in the back, and I would have them to give. Like, I had a lot of new products and shit, and I'd give them out to customers. I just would have them in there just for me too, and I'd be drinking these hot warm waters in their warm plastic. Probably not good. If I end up getting cancer, I'll blame it on all that plastic. Holy shit! You bought 4 tall boys at a Sublime concert. So that'd be over $15 each. Yeah, that's 12. Is that almost $18 each? Yeah, about $18 each. Holy shit. I didn't know. I didn't tip. Are you supposed to tip? I ain't fucking tipping those fucking people. They just are handing me a beer.
I think I
That ain't a
don't
bar.
know.
I don't know where I went. Where I went wasn't a bar. I mean, well, also that guy just came down walking around. I ain't tipping on fucking that high price. I don't give a shit. I don't know what they're paying him. Nobody even. I never even know. Are you supposed to tip those guys walking around the stadium? Because I sure as hell don't.
No, I think what the problem has become is a lot of these businesses, like especially out of for ease, for make it easier on people, especially if they're walking around, the stadium selling their shit. Like all those POS systems like include a tip, like whether they want it or not. I don't know. I wonder if they're actually choosing to request a tip or if the system they're using like it always going to ask for a tip no matter
Well, I
what.
mean, yeah, I mean, all the POS systems. If I go in a Subway, it says you want a tip. I'm not fucking tipping you in a Subway. You ain't a waitress making less than minimum wage and you're surviving on a tip. You know what I mean? I understand that process of logic. I mean, but if you're making fucking your hourly wage and you want extra, I mean, you better fucking do something crazy, you know?
Yeah, like I'm not going to tip someone that's
Oh, it
working
was
at fast food.
cashlet. Yeah, fuck that, Dank. I wouldn't have tipped shit.
Yeah, because like when a server at a restaurant, they don't get paid shit. They get paid less than minimum wage.
Right. That's why you tip them.
Someone working at Subway, they're making at least minimum wage.
Yeah, and in California, it's damn near $20 an hour. So it's
It
like,
depends. Like Sacramento is not like that.
no.
Yeah, like it's certain parts of
I
California.
think almost everywhere and where I'm at, it's over $20 an hour. You'll be. Well, I mean, I don't know if you'll be fine. It's very expensive to live here, but I mean, if I don't understand the tipping process. I understand it if you're not making hourly, but if you're already making hourly, you got to go above and beyond to get the tip at that point, don't you think?
That's why I'm thinking like the POS systems that they're using. Like I think they just automatically have the tip there and they can't remove it
See, me, if I
because
was walking around the stadium,
I'd be embarrassed.
I'd be like, beer, beer. I start juggling cans. You doing something crazy like that, you might get the tip. You're like, bam, bam, bam. You got a hot dog. You're fucking throwing hot dogs at people. Maybe you get a tip. But if you're just standing there and I have to track you down, the one guy I had to track down, he was busy, and I was like, dude, can I get a beer? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he just fucking took forever. Dealt with five other people came up to him. And he was dealing with them before he even got to me. So no, I wasn't giving him any tip. Right, I tip 20, 30 servers. Exactly. I'll tip when it needs to be tipped. Some of these people don't need to be well, that's the other thing is I think these whole, like you said, the POS system, is all set up for tips and it guilts people into it. And it's like, no, some of these people don't need to be tipped. Just because it's automatically built into that system doesn't mean you have to fucking tip everybody.
Yeah. But people are going to see it and not tip and automatically feel guilty because it's
Yeah.
just psychological.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the cashier doesn't have to do shit. They just stand there and not really care that you're not tipping them. But you're it's part of the customer is still going to feel a little bit guilty because the option is there.
Oh, yeah. That's 100% it. Do you remember what was it?
If I was a cashier and I worked at a job like Subway and I said, hey, like, would you like to tip? I would ask my boss how to remove that. I'd be embarrassed. I'd be like, I'd have a little sign that says you do not need to tip.
What show was it? Was it
Because
Family Guy? One of the shows, the guy kept tipping a lot. No, it was The Simpsons. Homer kept tipping a lot and everybody was happy. And he was tipping like 40% and he was just going into debt, but he was making everybody happy. And he tipped this one girl like $10,000. And then he's like, I need to get that money back. That was a funny episode.
yeah, I just
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, if you're Shaquille O'Neal and you got crazy extra money, go for it.
tipping has kind of gotten out of hand in this country because
Okay,
I
Justin, I might
just
game it a little bit. Anyway, I was sorry I was talking, Justin. And then continue.
going to shit.
Yeah,
Our
100%.
economy.
Well, I don't like how it's that feels that way.
And it's like they're asking us to help with the economy being shit instead of the government actually doing something about it.
Right.
You know,
Well, they want all
it,
of us to pick up the slack.
yeah.
But what I did hear is Trump posted, was it yesterday? 19, 20 hours ago, he posted he wanted to get rid of the tax on overtime, which I'm 100% for. Because I mean,
Yeah.
if you're already a hard, because there's so many people out there that are they don't work jobs, they're lazy, and this, that, and the other. And if you're already working a job and you're going to put in that extra, you shouldn't be taxed 50%. Because I remember when I was working overtime, it was taxed way harder than even my hourly, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you don't worry, you get time and a half for overtime. It's like, yeah, but the taxes just make it time.
Yeah, I remember.
That
I think I was making less on my overtime because I was getting almost 50% taxed on my overtime. I remember back in the day. He's going to get rid
I
of the
mean,
income tax for people who make less than 100,000. Well, that's good. That ain't good for me, but I'm well over 100,000.
It's not about Trump or anything. It's about any president. I'll believe it when I see it. When they can talk about it till they're blue in the face, I'm not going to believe it until I see it actually happen. Because, like, how many presidents have you heard say that they're going to legalize marijuana on a federal level?
Right, but here,
Or they're going
this is Trump's final
to
term,
do it.
and he's already going fucking. He ain't listening. He's already doing some crazy shit. So, who knows? I hope he doesn't wait till the very end of his term to legalize weed. Just right as he's like walking out of office.
I don't know what he's doing. He better hurry up and legalize because, like, accepting $400 million aircraft from Qatar, like all these pump and dump schemes, that it just doesn't seem like it's all going to catch up to him. It really is.
That
All this
airplane.
shit.
That airplane looks nice too.
Everyone's all like, he's doing all this stuff. He's doing all this stuff. No one's stopping him. It feels like they're building a case.
Yeah.
They're just letting him get himself into more and more trouble. And
Right.
then when they finally have enough, they're going to take action, but it might be too late. But it's just, as someone that's over 40 years old, I know how the government works.
Well, didn't Donald Trump Jr. just do a $5.5 billion golf course deal with the same people, basically?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think a lot of it was obviously, I wash your back, you wash my back, I scratch your back, you scratch my back.
I don't trust any presidents anymore.
Here's the thing: would you trust having a fucking giant jet flying the president that was given to you from a foreign country? I mean, I guarantee. I understand that you could go. We have people that would go over the entire plane, but still, you got to figure there could be like a hidden like computer code in it. Even like there is so much stuff you could do with a plane like that I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd even trust it.
Tear that plane apart.
Well, you'd have to redo the entire program, all the computer system. You'd literally have to wipe it clean and put your own computer system in it because I wouldn't trust one thing of data in that fucking computer.
Like
yeah, exactly, like Justin. That backdoor code would fucking get you. That's why you'd have to literally just wipe that entire. They would have to be it wouldn't even be worth it. They'd have to put hundreds of millions of dollars in to fix that jet, just because they wouldn't trust any of it.
Like the Penguin in Batman Returns when he puts that thing on the Batmobile and starts taking it over.
Exactly. I honestly, that was the first thing I thought of. I was like, you know what? Why would you take something from another country? You got to build it yourself, especially the computer code. There ain't no way I would fucking trust any of that code in that jet.
I mean, like if the plane has
what?
And they could, if a plane has Wi-Fi, I guess they probably use their own Wi-Fi. It just doesn't seem very secure. It just seems like it would be a good way to get into our network.
Well, if I was any of the people in the Congress or Senate, I'd be like, you can have that jet, Trump, but you can't fly it as a president. It ain't, when you're done being president, do whatever the fuck you want with it.
You cannot use it in an official capacity because guess what? We already got a plane for you.
Well, he's saying that they got two of them. One of them's and getting serviced. And so they want this one to be the backup. But again, it just seems very unsafe.
There already is two. And really, every plane that the president goes on becomes designated Air Force One.
Right. Even the helicopter.
Yeah. It's going to be designated Air Force One no matter what, because it was the president's on it. Like they use their own planes for a reason.
Well, see, Justin says he never used it. See, from what I remember, Justin, I thought they said as soon as he became president, he wasn't even allowed to use his Trump plane. He had to use Air Force One. I'm pretty sure he's not allowed to use that Trump plane when he's president. I could be wrong. I'd have to double check. I can double check real quick. Can Donald Trump use his own airplane instead of Air Force One as president? Anyhow, what were you saying?
Air Force One is a mobile command center. It has all these anti missile,
Yep.
whatever
It
on it,
says
right?
no U.S. sitting president cannot use their own private airplane instead of Air Force One. Yep. Yep.
It just has all these things on it that like it's just that way you can run the country
Yeah.
from.
Why Trump can't use any other plane? Security. Air Force One's equipped with top milligrade security and classified protections that nobody even understands. Logistics, coordination, contacting. Yeah, I mean, there's just yeah, and like you said, even the communication. I guarantee. You said he was using Starlink. I don't even think he would use Starlink. I think they've got their own satellite. I highly doubt they'd be using Starlink.
I'm sure you can use a scooter when his kid's not using it.
Oh, here's the crazy thing I heard. I know this is a little off topic, but Biden, they said he was so he fell off the bike and he kept falling. He was having such issues that they said if he would have won that election, that they would have probably had to start wheeling him out in a wheelchair. 'Cause he, like, couldn't walk, and they said that was one of the reasons they switched to Kamala because they were like, if it went on, his stability and his ability to walk and, this ain't even talking about, like, his thought process and cognition or whatever,
I mean, FDR couldn't walk.
what?
FDR couldn't walk.
Right, right, but they faked it, nobody knew it. Every time they would have him at a podium, and then they would cut the cameras, and then pull out the wheelchair because they were able to do that back in the day.
I mean, I don't think it's because they don't want him in a wheelchair. It's because his mind was going.
He calls it Trump Force One. Good
Like,
old thing.
yeah, the Democrats are like, oh, this guy's mind is going. So uh, let's find someone else.
Yeah, I was, I think Biden should have just finished it myself. I mean, I'm not either sided, but I just knew it was, too little, too late. Evidently, the reason she had to do it was because all the money was put towards the Biden-Harris campaign, and they couldn't have transferred it to another candidate, because because you couldn't, like, be like, "Hey, Mark's donating to Biden-Harris, and now, Joe Blow's running, and he has your money." It wouldn't work like that.
It's like if Lay's Laser donated to your stream, right? He made a donation, but then I'm the one that comes on and smokes the joint.
Yeah, yeah, it goes to you somehow.
Like, that money wasn't for you to smoke a joint; it's for Nick.
Yeah, exactly, 100%, and that's why she was forced to do it. Ironic, what's weird is I haven't seen anything from her after it. You'd think she would have been talking more.
I mean, I've seen a couple things. I've heard Obama talking more than her.
Well, Trump talked more than Joe Biden did before he was president. Like, in the weeks and months leading up to Trump being president, he did more speeches than Biden did the entire term. Honestly, I think
Trump's
Biden was fine when he won it, and I think he went downhill really quickly, and the Democrats had no idea what to do.
I mean, they say if you're doing the job right as president, it's really stressful and it ages you like crazy.
Oh, yeah. Will you ever see
Like,
the schedule of a president? It's insane. But I mean, they say it's insane, but I'm like, I kind of run that same schedule. You want to wake my ass up at 5 a.m.? I'm already up at 5:30, motherfuckers. Let's rock and roll.
right.
Or 4:30, 5:30. You want me up at 5? I'll be up at 5:30. No, I'm usually up about 4:30 sometimes. That's funny. But yeah, they do have a stressful schedule. Most people couldn't handle it. Up super early. Most of these times, I think they don't get to their bedroom at the end of the day till like 10, 11 o'clock. And, then they're back up at 5. So you got to figure, you got about 6 hours, brush your
Is
teeth,
this
take a shower, get some sleep.
the decisions they have to make as president? Like, those aren't easy choices to make.
Yeah. But kind of like me and Dank was saying the other day, our government is so stupid. Like with having like the legal seltzers that we were talking about, the THC seltzers, and how government is thinking that since it's a hemp THC, it's different than like a marijuana THC when it's the same plant. It's just that, it just has more CBD usually. The THC molecule isn't different. The CBD molecule isn't different. But for some reason, since they call it hemp and like, it's like like he said, what was it, broccoli and cauliflower? You know, it's the same fucking plant. You know, it's so weird. Uh.
Oh, yeah,
But I mean,
I don't.
can you imagine our government has these guys in here, Mark, and I don't understand how nobody can even Google it. Like, is THC from hemp the same as THC from weed? Like, I mean, like,
Because they're
I'll
out.
chat GPT it right now. Watch this. Is THC from hemp that's different from THC from weed? Now watch this. Like, now this is really simple shit.
That's true. All the hemp stuff is
THC
sex.
from hemp is chemically the same as THC from marijuana. And it's over. Well, yeah, you don't wanna smoke it. I understand what you're saying, but here's the difference, Justin. Because what happens is you're smoking mainly CBD. It's a very low percentage of THC. But you can extract that THC from hemp, and then you could put it in shit like seltzer, like 100 milligrams of THC, and call it hemp seltzer, right? But it would be no different than if I extracted that THC from weed and put it in it. They're just doing it, and it takes longer. It takes more hemp, obviously, for me to get that amount of THC. That's the only difference. You know, I mean, obviously, I could get more of it really quickly out of a really strong weed strain, but you know, from hemp, it just takes more hemp. So I don't know if they're justifying it by saying how hard the process is and how long the process is and how much hemp you need to make it. But when you're having 50 to 100 milligram seltzer waters of THC, it doesn't matter where the fuck that THC came from. Sorry, I was just reading the comments. Yeah, I used to buy pounds of
Yeah,
hemp. Yeah, I mean, it is. I don't know. It's just insane. It does. I understand. Like, if the thing is yes, nobody wants to smoke hemp. It's horrible. But I mean, if it's that low in THC, but then if you can extract that THC and put it into edibles, and then there is no limit, because I don't think there is, because Dank was saying there was like 50, 100 milligrams hemp, and I use air quotes.
yeah.
Hey, there we go. Hemp THCA, and so yeah, and this but it doesn't make any difference anyway. Anyway, I don't know. I just digress. I just think if it boggles my mind that the government thinks they're the different, and that worries me about everything. Worries me about everything.
Because they're out of touch. They're out of touch, and they don't need to be making these decisions that they don't know shit about. Well, that's what the government is. That's what they do. They make choices without all the information, and
Right.
they make the choices for us. When they could take any one of us off the street and they could tell you that, like, what they can tell them what's real, but I
Uh,
don't know. They just choose not to because they're up in their own little world and their own little glass bubble. They just don't. Yeah, they're just.
so the law is based on weight. So legalized any product that has zero point 0.3 THC or less by. But I thought you said dank. Well, didn't you say some of those seltzers were like 50, 100 milligrams of? Oh, by weight. Oh, see. I don't think people's understanding what that means. I see. So it could be 50, 100 milligrams because the liquid weighs more. Mm. That's what you were saying yesterday. I didn't quite catch that. That's so stupid. That is the stupidest. That's honestly, that doesn't even make sense to do it that way. Instead of doing it by like how much THC is in it, you're just saying, well, by weight. Wow, that's insane. Holy shit. So they do this, Dank. So they do that law, is what I assume, is they're going to run that law because uh, that's the weed law. So you can have a weed law where you're like, if you grow the weed by pound, it can only have 0.3 THC weed. But when you extract it and you put it in a drink, it's going to be way higher. Exactly. That's so crazy. Did you hear that? You understand that? That's insane. They're doing it instead of doing it by how much THC is in the drink, they're doing it by weight. So 100 milligrams is like 1 gram of weight. So if you have 0.3 and you have a giant drink, you can have like 100 milligrams of THC in it. That is so stupid to do it that way. Wow. 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 I think this is the first time I kind of understood it. And that makes it sound even stupider. That's so fucked up. By weight? God, that means you guys like you get like a 3 liter of soda, and you could have like a good few thousand milligrams of THC in it, probably. Oh, that's so funny. That's so fucked up. That's why these shops were having that ranch, and it would have like 25 milligrams of THC, because you could have a cup of ranch, they weigh it, 0.3 of THC would be like 25 milligrams. Interesting. That's so insane and stupid. Out in California and shit, we tell you how much THC we're putting in the product. We don't do it by weight. Cheers, bud. Well, yeah, obviously cannabis. THCA turns into THC. THCA is when you smoke it, you get high. You don't get very high on THCA. Once you convert it to THC, you get high. But the thing is a lot of these states are trying to say that the THCA and the THC that they're getting from their hemp products, since they're getting in such a low percentage of a 0.3% per whatever weight, it's fine, which is silly because it's still the same as like weed. You're just getting less of it anyway. All right. Cheers. You could ship it? This is getting insane. It's not even federally legal. I don't even know how that's possible. This is crazy.
Push the sun through, don't let the mood intrude. Up a race, hit it like nude, no, it was here.
Are you allowed to ship it all throughout the United States? Is that why there's these like legal weed shops that are hemp weed shops online? Jump on whenever, bud. I mean, we got CBD shops down here. I mean, I know what CBD is.
Yeah, I actually, I've seen a CBD shop around here.
But I mean, I just as a not only do I grow weed, I extract it and I make THCA, and I've made edibles and I made distillates. And when I think about it, I mean, the only difference when I had a hemp strain is their pH balance was always off, especially when I was doing distillate. Their pH would be so far off, I would end up with like purple distillate, I remember. And anytime I would get that color, I knew that had to do with the CBD. Because what they would do is they would take the material I was getting, they would cut it and with like some CBD, and then once they cut it, it fucked my entire distillation off. That farm bill. Yeah, Dank was talking about that farm bill too. But yeah, if you ever want to jump on, just click the link. You can do it on a cell phone. It's really easy to jump on the live. Well, I mean, I assume it is. I did it before.
I'm on my phone.
What?
I'm on my phone, so yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. Help is on the way. Oh, wait. Help is on the way, dude. Mrs. Doubtfire. You can't beat Mrs. Doubtfire. Danky Dank.
There's Dang. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
Same shit, different day.
See, can I improve my internet here?
Ooh. We're going We're gonna have a 4 party. There we go.
All right.
What up?
Yo. No. What's up? What's up, everybody?
There we go. How you doing, bud?
If you guys put your phones sideways, you can see you better. Especially if you're gonna show us some fire rosin.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Where's my camera at?
There we go.
I'm going to play that game again. Just put me upside down. Well,
Man, we got
sideways.
celebrity guest. Got celebrity guest Michael Sarah. Pretty cool.
Oh no. I'm gonna end up duct taping. Hey,
Oh, damn.
I do get told that a lot, actually. I love that.
Michael
I'm
Sarah.
excited about
duct taping my phone
coming
up.
up. You're probably gonna be in a Wes Anderson movie. It seems like you're made.
So how you been? Where are you at, Veggie?
That would be cool. Yeah, I'm in Orlando.
Orlando? Nice.
It's medical weed out here, but the selection's pretty dry if you don't know people.
Well, you know, I used to live in Ocala, Florida.
I rent. Yeah, I love Ocala. I like going out there to go camping and shit.
What was that water park called? Wet and Wild? No. There was a water park I remember I used to go to when I lived there.
Yeah, Wet and Wild.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't heard that in a while. There was Wet and Wild in Texas before they changed to Hurricane Harbor.
Well, we also went to Busch Gardens and shit. See, when you live in Florida, you do the craziest field trips. I remember when I grew up there in elementary school, I went to like this gator park and shit, and they'd have these guys having gators. And this one time, this gator took the dude's tip of his finger off. He did this little thing, and the dude walked up to show all of us like he lost like his nail or something.
Yeah, Gatorland. I love Gatorland. You're probably talking about Gatorland.
Oh yeah, probably.
You're trying to figure out where we're gonna put those.
I know. I'm
It's
just
like, we're gonna put these text boxes.
Well, it depends on where people shoots the videos.
We'll just keep me and Dank at the bottom straight so that you can fit the text in the middle.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Oh, I just dropped my dad.
Oh no.
I got it.
Fallen soldier.
Never that. No, I ended up buying some of that THCA stuff, like live rosin off the internet, because I was super curious.
Right.
And really, it was just a dry spot in Orlando, and there was nobody with fire. But I bought some THCA cold cure live rosin from Simple and Mary, the purple poochies and tropical papaya, and I've had some like really good like Oregon grown like Dirty Arm Farm good stuff, like stuff like that.
Right.
This shit holds up. I'm not gonna lie. This shit held up. Like it definitely was rosin, and it definitely was cold cure. It didn't. I guess it kind of didn't have like the whole flavor profile that it should have had. But this shit was. I don't know. That whole hemp thing is just it opened up an industry, so you got to find good vendors, I guess.
Well, you know, I watched this podcast called PKA, and they have FPS Russia on it, and he's the old YouTuber, and he's in Georgia, and he buys his shit online, and he even talked about, God, I wish I could remember. It was a THC I never heard of, because I heard of THCV and C. And I think he said it was like THCG or something like that.
No, and I think P. I've seen THCP flower now. People.
Anyway, yeah, he said he got some different THC, and he was a THC something, another letter. And I was like, I never heard of it. And he got it offline. He said he got fucked up on it. And I was like, interesting. I was like, you know, it's all legal, you know, whatever legal means, I guess.
Yeah, they have a P and a G at the smoke shop local to me. It's not flour, but it's like little gummies.
P and G. Yeah, that was the two ones I was like, what the fuck? Because I mean, I did V before. I made V and I think C. But I mean, like, yeah, it's like I never heard of P and G. That was an interesting one. It's crazy because like Sheeta was talking about how these different cannabinoids are affecting the flavor. That's how you get that OG and shit. You know, it isn't actual terpenes. It has to do with these cannabinoid compounds that we just really don't understand yet.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, but I think it was just a loophole. I'm betting the person who wrote that law, like that hemp law, knew what they were doing and kind of knew it would get past all those other people in the
It was like a stoner wrote it.
Yeah, like I feel like he knew it was going to be a loophole, like a good one.
Like, look how stupid you guys are. It's
It
hemp.
makes me wonder if, Mitch McConnell had something to do with it because he's heavily invested in hemp in Kentucky, and that's the only thing that's legal in Kentucky. And Kentucky used to be the top hemp producing state for the
Yeah.
country before it became illegal.
Yep.
So it makes you
And
wonder if
Kentucky
he was the one who introduced it.
and Kentucky's ramping up their hemp production for the what is it, like hemp fibers? They're rivaling carbon fiber now because there's so much hemp out there.
Right.
I mean, you
And
think
No,
hemp,
but Morgan and Morgan too. I'm betting Morgan and Morgan backed that law too.
they
Yeah,
probably don't want all that in Kentucky because the bourbon makers, they don't want any competition.
that too. And then also, one thing that a lot of people don't think about is that, like, in Michigan, all these hemp farms started popping up, 100,000, several 100,000 plant farms. And a lot of times with hemp, they're growing for seed, fiber, stuff like that. They're not growing, some of them are growing for CBD, but majority of them are growing for the other textiles that come from the hemp plant. So they're not sorting out males. So if you just
no.
happen to be just a medical patient who lives, a quarter mile downwind from one of these farms, your outdoor is done.
I
Because it's
never
going to
thought
get
about that. I
pollinated by
never
this
thought
hemp.
about that. Gonna be all pollination. Well, I mean, I've seen
Right.
them
And
in
so,
like I seen these hemp farms in like Amsterdam where they would be like 20, 25 feet tall, these plants.
mhm.
Insane, and it's like you see this little dude there and you just see these plants and they're not bushy like a female. They're just straight stalks. It almost looks like bamboo almost, it's insane how they grow.
And even the guys that grow for like oil for CBD production, like they want seed for the following year, just like filling a farm field with corn, so they don't pull the males. So, or a lot of
Yeah.
them, when they start, they undertake these types of grows. And even if you just planted 100 plants in a farm field when it's totally legal, and then each one of these plants produces between 5 and 10 elbows of, CBD flower, like the manpower to just take care of that and then weed out the males and identify the male, like you lose track real quick.
Right.
And then you just say, fuck it, and let it seed out.
Well, that's what I thought too, because it was like you see that all the time. I remember farms up north in NorCal, same thing with all these outdoor grows. They could easily pollinate your grow.
Yeah, but I had a buddy in Michigan. He had him and his wife both had cards, so they both were allowed 12 plants. So they had a pen with 24 monsters. Each plant was like 2 to 3 pounds of nice fire. I'd given them all clones of Gorilla Glue, and Gorilla Glue does really good outdoor in Michigan. And his neighbor had one plant, and it was on the far side of his property, and he had like a couple acres. So you're talking about a half-mile away, and that one male plant pollinated his entire crop. Like every
Damn.
single calyx had a seed.
That's like that male hamster who got into the enclosure with all the females and then impregnated like 100 hamsters. That sucks.
Yeah, that's when you get like a few seeds every bud and shit. It's like, damn. I remember in Ohio when I'd buy weed, when I bought that kind bud, that nice bud, and back in the day, and if I fucking had two seeds in one bud, I'd be pissed because you're spending so much money. And these zips would be these big zips, would be like a big actual zip. It wasn't be a tiny one. big buds, and if they fucking had one seed in them, you're paying $400, $450 an ounce for them. Whew, I'd be so pissed.
I
Or yeah,
honestly
you'd
get
keep that one
excited.
seed and grow it out.
Right. I
Yeah, I
wasn't
get
growing at
excited.
the time. I remember I started to later, but I mean, yeah. I mean, even that, I mean, I remember popping, I think I popped 3 and one was female. The other 2 shot up about 6 feet tall.
My
Yeah,
first experience growing, we had like 20 seeds and we threw them in a Tupperware and popped them all at once, and it grew like a little bush, and it was all fucked up, but it got us so hyped. So we like actually perfected our craft after a while. Grew
That's how
like
you
some
do it.
raspberry cough.
Yeah, you got to just keep growing. That's why I always tell people. I mean, when people say I'm a grower, I'm like, all right, that's cool. Have you smoked? Are you able to smoke your own grow? Yeah, all right, cool. Have you ever sold your own grow? Does anybody else even want to buy your grow? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You know,
the
that's the other
funniest
step.
thing.
There's levels in growing. It's like, how good are
Yeah,
you at a point? You know,
if
I
was
mean,
it good
me and
enough for
Sheeta
people
was
to
able to
actually want it?
grow. We were able to pay all our bills, you know, and take care of everything because that's how many people bought our shit. Yeah,
Yeah, that
Mhm.
means it was good shit. The
yeah,
funniest thing was when we grew this raspberry cough. Me and my friend Jake, we had like 6 plants. I think we had like just over 2 pounds dried, and it was like this shit was amazing. It smelled like raspberry Nutri-Grain bars. Like I fucking loved it. It was super green, super crystally, and I remember we sold almost all of what we were selling, and we had like an ounce a piece that me and him were smoking a piece, like keeping, and fucking like 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the line, I run out of weed. I don't have anything, and I'm looking to buy some weed. And I hit up my friend Nick, and he's trying to sell me this weed that I grew, and he's trying to tell me it's not the weed that I grew. And I'm like, bro, like I nurtured this thing for like 4.5 months. I know exactly what this is.
yeah.
And he was trying to tax me too. It was so funny.
Well, then the other thing is, you know what I learned real quick is I seen a lot of people grow good weed. My buddy Mona, who's the manager of like Last Fix, the band in Long Beach, uh, Secco's band, and he grew some weed, and him and his buddy grew it, and I taught him how to grow it, and they grew it, and they didn't dry and cure it right. And it
Yeah.
tasted like hay and tasted like shit. And I said, all right, well, here's how you dry and cure it. You know, you hang it and, you know, for a couple weeks. And then once the stem snaps, trim it. I do a dry trim and then I throw it in a jar for like a few days. It's pretty good after that. And I taught him that, and it's a real simple process. And he did it. His buddy said he wanted to do it a different way. His buddy did it and it tasted like shit. He did it. It was fire. And he got his buddy, since they split the grow, and his buddy cured it one way, and my buddy Mona cured it my way. His shit was fire, and his other shit wasn't. I was like, you know, you could grow the best weed in the world. If you can't dry and cure it right, it's over. It's just over.
Yep. Yep.
That's
We
what I tried
we
to tell my mom. Like my wife's dad, he grows, but like it looks fire, you know, it's fire nugs and everything, but he doesn't know how to cure for shit.
Yeah,
And
it's mainly
it gives
dry. It's mainly the dry, you know. I cut
Does
them
he,
in about like 12 to 18-inch stems, and I hung them on a coat rack, and I would hang them in a
got
nice
that
dry
smell.
area and at a certain humidity, 50, 60% or something like that. And then once you could snap them off it, I'd snap them all off, trim them up, throw them in a jar for a few days. They smelled fire always. Longer they
you
were in
lay
the
them
jar,
out,
the
does,
better.
Yep.
you lay
does
them
he
out on.
do
Bourbon
synthetic
too.
or does he use synthetic or organic nutrients?
I don't know. I don't really talk to him anymore. He's an asshole. I think he's on meth
Oh,
now.
okay.
He was
I say a
in
lot of the
he was in
curing.
BFE, so like
Well,
every
well,
time he tried to smoke it, it
Justin,
would give us anxiety.
if it snaps off the stem, it's already good dry enough. For one, you don't want to have a big stem when you're drying them. So I cut them into individual stems about 12, 15 inches. And if once they snap off the stem, they're pretty dry. Now, what you want to do is once you trim and put them in the jar, if they are a little moist or big buds, all you do is just dump them out of the jar every now and then, like a day or so, put them back in the jar, and you're just aerating them out is all. Yeah, you just don't want them to sit if they're real moist. But honestly, if they're snapping off the stem, they're usually good to go.
They weren't. Yeah, he
Yeah.
would lay them out on parchment and keep them in his closet.
Oh, well, I'd
And his
hang. I always hung them dry, and I made sure I kept the humidity. I think it was like 50. I'd have to double check. I have all my I have papers, but I think it's like 50, 60% you want to keep the room at. And it takes about 10 to 14 days, probably about 10 days, 10, 12 days. You should be able to snap them off and start trimming them.
It's
I try
funny
to
you
tell
said
them,
your friend.
we
Sorry,
won't have to
sorry. It's
buy
funny you
way to
said your.
get.
I'm dying anyways. It's funny you said your friend split the weed and then like one half was good and one half wasn't cured. Because when me and Jake did it, he wanted to sell his weed so fast, and I wanted to make some BHO. So he basically did that, and he let it cure a little bit, but his definitely was like smelled like alfalfa a little bit.
Right. Yeah, that's because they didn't dry and cure, right? Yeah, you get that haze smell, especially if you did I back in the day, I read books because I started growing in 95 to 96, I believe. It was a long time ago. And I had books I had to buy, and I bought these books, and some of the dry and cure methods was horrendous. I wouldn't even think to do. I remember one of them was you get burlap sacks and you wet them and you throw your weed on them for some reason. And then like you flip them, and it was just an insane method. And I remember it was like burlap sacks. And I remember, I mean, it just seemed like a great way to get mildew and mold. And like I said, there were so many techniques, especially in these books back in the day. And you had to kind of figure it out. I dialed mine into just a simple 24 and 12 light cycle. And then I did that hang for about like 8-10 days. I cut them up because you don't want a lot of stem on them. What people don't understand is also that last week or so you're growing, I try not to give it a lot of water and shit. You want to dry that fucker out. And that's actually going to start like preparing it for the drying cure also. If you're feeding it a lot of water and then you cut it down, there's a lot of water in that stem and shit. And it's going to take forever to dry and cure it. Just a tip.
Yeah, also, the curing process is going to depend on how well you flushed it out. You know, like you were saying, if you're constantly hitting it with water or
My roommate
even
got this in the
nutrients
smoke
all the
shop.
way up to when you cut it down and not giving it at least a good week or 2 week flush, then you're going to have a lot of curing to do to get rid of that green and chlorophyll.
Yeah. And if you ever see these big rows, they cut and they hang the whole fucking plant. You've got a lot of moisture in it. I break my plant down, into, like I said, about like 12, 15-inch cuts, hang them. Because if there's too much stem on it, it's going to take it forever to dry and cure. It's going to keep pulling moisture from that stem too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what a lot of the hay smell and the bad smell is, just the moisture they got in there, and then bacteria that's feeding on that moisture causing breakdown through mold and mildew in the bud. Whereas, like, if it was properly dried, then you would smell the terps and what the flower is supposed to smell like. And then, those big stems, even if you dry it like perfectly and it's perfect, snap it and it breaks, but you have a humongous stem in the middle. A lot of people aren't just snapping their top buds in half to make sure the moisture content's good in there, and then they throw it into a jar, and then don't understand why it rehydrates the whole entire jar, because there's still a good amount of moisture in that center stem.
Yeah, exactly. That's why when you grow really big, especially if you go outdoor, because they're usually way bigger outdoor, you got to really be careful. Because I remember I've seen stems on them like bigger than my forearm, huge fucking stems. And that's a lot of moisture in those fuckers. But yeah, you guys all get it. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. We're all like-minded. I don't ever keep my, I don't keep my dry and cure a secret. I keep it's pretty simple, but a lot of people think they have a way to do it. And like you said, they get in a rush. They're like, let's hurry up and sell it. It's like literally you can wait like 10 days probably if you do it right. And it should almost be ready to sell. If you wait 14, throw it in a jar for a few days, burp it a couple times, give it like 14 days after you cut it, trim it. You're gonna have some super fire. I mean, shit. I think the shit I entered in when we entered Chalice was like 20 days after we cut it down. So I mean, it wasn't like we had it there forever in jars. Everybody wants to think you got to have like a cure of 6 months or whatever. That's bullshit. Honestly, I think after like a month or so, it's peaked.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you'll be. Yeah, that's doing too
100%.
much after that long.
Yeah, I mean, I always see these guys like, I cured this for 6 months, a year. It's like, oh well, you missed it. It's already done.
Yeah,
I think some of the
even done
best bud I ever
experiments where
had
I've taken.
on it was some Bubba. It had to. It was like some pre 93 Bubba. This shit had a cure on it, and I could still taste it when I think about it. It was just I remember this bud so. Whoever grew it, kudos to them.
I had some bud that was like perfect, and then I took and put like an ounce or so into a jar and left it for like a good 6 months. And then I took another ounce of the exact same flour and put it into like a freezer bag and then into another freezer bag and stuck it in the freezer. And after like 6, 8 months, bust them both back out. And the one that was just, 6, 8 months cured in the jar, you could already see like colors are breaking down, the flavor, the smell is breaking down. You've passed the peak.
Yeah,
Whereas that one that I busted out of the freezer, it was basically exactly like I put it in.
yeah, you got to freeze it at that point, and it's got to be like, especially when you do that fresh frozen. Me and Cheeto learned you got to cut it down. It has to be in the freezer within like 30 minutes.
Quick. Yeah.
Because like because that's why when we would do it on a big grow, we'd time ourselves. We'd set an alarm because once the alarm went off, whatever we cut down, we shot it in the freezer. Because if you just try to keep going, that shit warms up. That's when you get that chlorophyll taste. That's when you get that hay taste in it. You got to get it in that freezer fast. Like I said, people don't understand terps. Terps are just so sensitive. Especially if it's in a grow room. If it's in a grow room and your lights are on and shit, that shit's hot. No matter how cold. I mean, our rooms were 70 degrees, but those lights, you know how the lights work.
Here, there's some of that THCA rosin. I just found some. Looks like shit. It's been sitting on the back of my desk.
Damn, it looks fire, actually.
It looks gray to me in my.
What does it
probably
taste like when you dab it? Or what does it smell like too?
like OG, but like it wants to be OG so bad, but it's
OG.
like running.
Man, I don't even smell. I haven't smelled OG extracts in forever, and I'm in SoCal. Ain't that sad?
That sucks. I like my. I think one of my top 3 strains would be a good chem dog. A good chem dog.
Yeah, I can. I like a good sativa. I haven't had Chem Dog in a while. Actually, that's an old strain I haven't heard of in a minute.
I like garlic cookies, chem dog.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
don't say garlic
GMO.
cookies. You like GMO? Yeah, exactly.
I like all garlic. Anything GMO, any of that.
Oh.
That's my
GMO.
stuff right here. That's the
I
shit
remember.
right
I remember.
there.
I was at this
I have
lab.
one dab of
I
GMO
was
right
at
here
this.
that I haven't
I was at
smoked.
this lab, and this guy grows, and most of my labs had a huge grow attached to it, and I just took the lab over, and he loved GMO, and every time I smelled it smelled so meaty, and I said, "Oh, I never knew what GMO stood for." And he goes, "Garlic. What is it?
Garlic, mushroom, onions.
Yeah, exactly." And I was just like, "Wow, I love every bit of that. Not in anything I smoke." You put it on my burger. You put it on my steak.
Well, meat. Is it meat breath?
Well, that's
motor
what this
breath.
is. Look at this. That's what I'm smoking right now. I'm smoking
meat breath.
Peanut butter burger. Jesus.
Oh, peanut butter burger? What? That's what is that? Some Han Solo burger times peanut butter breath?
Dude, you would know better than I would. Honestly, I just feel like these people are just making up names.
I like Donnie Burger is a fire.
Oh, I never thought about Donnie Burger, like the Wahlburgers. Oh shit.
No, like Han Solo Burger from Adam Sandler. That's my boy.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's funny. That was hilarious. I never thought of that. I haven't thought about that movie in a while.
His name's Han Solo Burger. Fucking coolest name ever.
And he tried to change his name and shit.
Todd, fucking Todd.
I like how they reunited at the end of it. That was a good movie. What do you think? Do you think the new Happy Gilmore is going to be good?
I hope it pisses a lot of people off.
Oh, it's going to, because it's going to. I don't think he tried to be any kind of Adam. I think he took a check, and it was a very big check, and he said, "I'm not shaving my beard. I'm not going to be Happy Gilmore at all. I am just going to read the lines." And everybody else, Ben Stiller came in with the fucking mustache. Like, people come in hard on that.
No, he also said he's not catering to any woke people. Like, this is gonna be like he said. I hope we're getting Billy Madison, like Lil Nicky, like real Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Some,
Well, I don't think we will.
It's like
some actual funny shit, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it feels like a cash
some
grab. But
unapologetic.
it's too late. It's like what do you? It's like his movies haven't been doing well. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna go back to
Remake the
what I
best
mean.
one he ever did. If he,
It
I'm
probably
glad
won't
it's
be
not
worse
doing
than Snow
Waterboy.
White.
Yeah, we were talking about
Well,
that the other day. Dinklage ruining Snow White.
I don't know. I don't know. Happy Gilmore is aimed toward us, though. You know, it's our movie. We're the audience, and I just think it's just trying too hard to get some money out of something that was popular. What 20 years ago?
Right.
You guys know about Shrek 5?
Yeah. Did you see the trailer? It looked horrible.
Like I'm saying, like, oh, Shrek's back, so let's make another. Like, Shrek's popular in the memes, so let's make a
No,
fucking movie.
so like I had a little bit of faith, but so the plot, like the plot was leaked, and it's literally biting off that the Smurfs movie with what's his name from How I Met Your Mother from a couple years back.
Patrick Harris.
So Shrek's daughter is going to be playing with magic, and she's going to get Donkey and Shrek sent to the real world on accident. That's the plot. Like,
His daughter.
yeah, Shrek's daughter, played by Zendaya.
All right,
It's gonna be so
Zendaya, I
bad.
like her. She's a good actor. Who gives a shit?
It's gonna be so bad. They ruin the whole. They
We're
ruin the
not. It's
franchise.
not Shrek, not Shrek's daughter. And where's his other
Right.
kids?
Yeah, that's what I said. Isn't there like two others? Isn't there like inbred donkey dragons?
You guys have no idea what just happened. Some like stripper just jumped in the green room.
What? What?
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I was a little distracted for a split
This
second.
video call just got.
I couldn't
crazy.
show it. I was looking at it, just trying to. I was confused for a split second.
Hey,
Nick's
that's
like,
the wrong
no
kind of.
shit.
This is the wrong kind of chat.
Come on, Nick. Why you can't show us the
Dang,
strippers?
Dang, Nick, who you got on here?
Well, Darth, I know Darth, but then there was an extra caller that came in under Darth, and I was looking, and she just started dancing, and like I was like, well, I can't show that because I got a little green room right before I pull people up.
Nick's the kind of guy at the bachelor party when the stripper shows up. He's like, I don't know, guys. We're all married.
It was really Tim
Okay.
in disguise.
Can you guys hear me or no?
You shouldn't do
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
You
I can hear you, bud.
this. Let me call my
Okay,
wife.
because I'm streaming too, so it's like complicated on my side.
Just use your phone.
All good.
Yeah, but I can't because I'm like I have to look on my chat from on my phone. It's a whole fucking thing, man.
No, I do the same thing.
All good. How you doing,
I
bud?
just paused my stream. I'm gonna start streaming later when I play the game.
Well, I want to show my face like on your stream, but I can't because like I'm live, and then I can't fucking, bro. I'll figure it out. It's a
Justin?
personal problem. No, it's me, Anthony. My name's Anthony. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's Chief.
Yeah, buddy.
I can hear the voice.
But it is very. I'm sure we met previously, but I'm trying to figure shit out on my side.
It's Veggie.
Veggie? Okay. I haven't seen you in my chat.
Yeah, me, Veggie. I think in Dank, we all fucking ran Warzone at one point, I believe.
Yeah, we caught the first dub.
Yeah, buddy.
Should we try to run it back at some point today?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, let's crack one on Blu-ray.
I've just been DJing mostly, and like.
You do live DJing?
Okay.
No shit. Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. You said put a song down. I remember you said that to me, and I was thinking about it.
Dude, I was turning it up this morning. I feel bad for the people that actually missed my stream like 2 hours ago because I was getting it lit, man.
Hell yeah.
I was all the way up, and then I put in my weed order. I got it. So 14 grams of weed right now because it's Tuesday. Nobody orders from March and Ash. I don't know if you know or March and Ash, but so they put on 30% off, right? So it's essentially tax free. And dude, $28 for 14 grams.
Damn.
Go.
Bad?
And dude, and it's sticky as fuck, and it's dense as fuck. I'm talking like the primest buds,
What does it smell
$28
like?
for 14 grams. It's awesome. Here, I'll post in Nick's chat or his Discord.
Discord. Yeah,
I'll show
yeah, I
you
can check
guys.
it out.
It's so, bro. I'm talking about like the primest bud I've had in like 8 months, like off the charts, and I got it for $28 for 14 grams.
Damn. Well, you know that joint that was
That's the
76.
breakdown price.
That one
That's like a
joint that
good
was
price.
like, what was it, $76 was like for 2 grams. I think the or no, $52. It's $52 for 2 grams, and I think it was $244 for 14 grams. So half ounce for 244.
Jesus, dude, I don't know, cause yo Nick, cause we're from like the era, right?
Right.
Like when we had to buy like, dude, $300
Yeah.
fucking ounces.
I did
You know what I'm talking?
400 and 420, 450 usually was my
Oh
ounce price
gosh.
in Ohio
Okay.
because I had to drive to like Michigan and shit. Even in Michigan, I think I was getting it for like 400 and 420.
I don't think I've ever paid more than $250.
I've always paid 300, and I was smoking 4 ounces a month. So imagine $1,200 a month I was smoking.
Damn. I was about an
That
ounce.
shit was
Florida's
I
nice,
tried to
man.
keep mine to an ounce a month back in the day. that still was
Okay, I'll
expensive.
give
man.
it to
I
Florida
tried.
then because it's cheap down
The
here.
thing is, like, cause you have friends come over and then they
Oh yeah.
steal or they'll smoke, whatever. I'm trying to keep it lit, and then like, so maybe I probably smoke like 3 ounces out of the 4, to be fair. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's also why I never dated a woman. I dated one woman that smoked weed and she smoked too much, and so I got rid of her. So I don't like dating anybody who smokes weed or dabs because it's like it's
Nick,
all mine and I don't want you to have any of.
Nick, my
Nick,
girl,
I need
my
your
girl
help
can
to
clear a
like
bowl
share my
stronger than
screen.
me.
My girl
I
don't
can't
even
share my
drink. She
screen
don't
on your
smoke.
shit,
She
bro.
don't do anything. It's all mine.
Oh, I smoke, so she can't give me shit over about me smoking.
that is a plus. I do get a lot of shit.
If
But
my girl hears the torch lit, I better have another dab ready on another dabber behind me.
see, so you double it up. So when you
Yeah,
get a
I gotta
smoker like
double it
that,
up
it's
every time.
double. It's
But
double,
that's why
double.
I get deals though. So it was like $80 for an ounce of this, and I got to try it first. It was actually pretty decent. I give it like a B tier, a B tier.
Right.
That's why I gotta buy a
Yeah,
bulk
Nick,
cup.
I can't share my OBS on your shit. I
It's
don't
all
know.
good. I can hear you. It's all good.
No, I had the same problem. I couldn't. That's why I had to use the phone because I couldn't open it with the OBS.
I feel like I should just call into the show and we should be all on Discord though, right?
Yeah, that's an idea.
Like Discord, I feel like might be it.
I haven't even opened Discord on my
Anyways,
PC.
because like the people, they're all wondering, like probably watching my stream, going, "Who the fuck are you talking to right now?" I'm trying to DJ this bikini contest.
Oh, so that's what I saw. Okay, I saw that for
Probably.
a split second, and I was like, "What am
I
I
know I'm working
watching?"
on it. I'm trying.
And
I'm trying. I'm trying.
everybody's staring at me, and I'm just staring at this girl dancing in a
Nick, what's your
bikini. I'm
Discord?
like, "What is going on?" My
Oh,
Well,
Discord.
okay.
okay, I've got the market cornered. Like pretty much like you can come
Oh, I
over
gotta
to
type
one
it.
of my kick streams. I get it lit, bro. 100%, and you can trust me, I'll always like at least every hour I'll have a bikini stream for everybody.
Dude, I love that shit. Do you guys remember late at night? I might be older than you guys. Late at night, they would have these bikini things on TV where these girls would just dance on like
Man,
random channels and shit. That was the greatest shit. Dude, I saw porn on PBS at like 4 in the morning. Out of the blue, somebody took over their stream because because I was catching air signals because I wasn't on like cable. It was just like a antenna, and I caught this crazy, like, hardcore, like, penetration
And it's all like
porn.
kind of cut off, and but you can almost see it.
Yeah, no, I
right?
saw the whole thing. It like switched over, and I was like, somebody took
Dude,
over
this
their
one,
channel for like 2
dude,
hours,
sometimes
and it
some
was
porn
oh no,
channels would
oh
come
oh
through,
no,
and then you could almost see it.
this
You could
one
hear
wasn't
it,
even
but you
porn.
could
There's
almost
so
see
much
it.
shit going on right now.
I never forget there was this one, it was crazy. It was the dinosaur one. So it was like this B-rated movie with these dinosaurs and these women. They were like cave girls and their boobs would show every now and then. And I
Oh
would
yeah.
see these same guys doing this like P-rated movie every now and then late.
Hey, I like those Neanderthal titties. I'm with it.
Oh, that was great.
X-rated Flintstones.
Did you guys see the leaks of the new what is it Masters of the Universe?
Is that Kevin Smith?
See, I don't like Kevin Smith.
Well,
I
I thought
got.
he was taking
Is
over the
Kevin Smith
He-Man
directing it?
shit,
I love.
right?
I don't like this guy.
What, you
He's
don't
a
like Kevin
shill, man.
Smith?
No, I'm not a
How you
fan.
don't
Better
I
like
than
Kevin
Kevin
Smith?
Sorbo.
because I go to Comic
I
Con,
like
right?
his
I've met.
movies. I don't know about his personality.
Hear me out. He's just a dick, man. Like, and then he
Oh,
took
he
Ozempic, and then
yeah,
he's on the cheat
and then he
code.
got skinny. And he looks deflated. It was funny how it
Yeah, he
happened.
looks like. But the thing is, like, he's always like high and mighty. He thinks he's better than everyone else. That's my issue
Yeah,
with
he
him.
always puts that puts
Am
his
I the
person.
only
What's his
one who
name?
used to
Jason.
watch Smodcast with him and all the guys? I used to watch him back in the day, years
I
ago.
don't
This
like
dude
this
was
guy,
like an
man.
old school dude. Him and
Dude,
God,
I'll uppercut him if he wants beef, man. But
you're gonna say, do you believe in the moon landing? And he's gonna turn and punch you.
he's so extra. Like he's
What the
almost like a
fuck?
woman. Like I feel like he's a little bitch. Like he's like I
Damn,
don't
I
know.
like Kevin Smith.
I just don't like that guy for
All
some
right,
reason. You know, how
okay.
some people
All right.
like okay,
We'll stop. We'll.
Nick, pick
All
somebody
right,
that
guys.
irks
Nobody's
you,
allowed to talk
like an
about Kevin
actor
Smith.
that irks you.
That's hate speech.
Like if you have to pick one, you pick one
Actor that irks. I'm sure I got some.
that
So give me
you
a second.
just know for 100% you
Ryan
don't like.
Reynolds.
Ryan,
No,
same,
Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds
Ryan
is
Reynolds.
like
Fuck
I
that
like
guy.
Ryan Reynolds.
Fuck Ryan Reynolds. He's a bitch too. Yeah,
Well, he's having
he's
all
a
that
good
shit.
actor.
Like
Wait.
that
T,
dude was making
repeat
up.
the question.
That
What's the
dude made
question?
a pass at his wife,
Celebrity that
and
irks you? Like,
his wife was
that's like making
interested in
that
it, and it
personal.
got leaked. And Ryan Reynolds had a conniption, and that's honestly what happened.
But he's a douchebag, and then that goes to the point. Like he's ultimate, but he's great in his first few movies and Deadpool. Anything in between, like Waiting, he was awesome. You guys saw that
There
the
was one movie
restaurant
he
movie?
was in. There was one movie Ryan Reynolds was in like the 2010s or something that I don't. It was like a fever dream where he got buried. Does anybody remember that?
I don't.
Yeah,
I've
it was
never
called
seen that.
Buried.
Huh?
It was called Buried.
Mark here is a movie nerd
I'm
like us. He knows
talking
these
about the
movies,
cabin in the
so
woods.
I'm sure he'd know it. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Why
know
am
the
I
movie
the
you're
only
talking.
one with? I don't have a camera. Why can't I fix my shit? Okay, bye.
Mark, that felt like the scary movie scene from with Snoop Dogg and Mac Miller when he's like the one with the cabin in the woods, and Snoop
Well,
Dogg
you
just
know what
keeps on
movie
ringing off different movies.
Well, a
That's what
buried
I
movie
mean.
I remember was
Yeah, I
Buried
don't know that
Alive.
Ryan
Remember
Reynolds.
Buried Alive on
The
USA?
reason why they made
Well, that's what they
Buried
were talking about.
is
Yo,
because of
Nick, that's
Kilmo
what they're
2.
talking about.
Dude,
Have you been
it
listening?
was a
They're
good
talking
movie, but it
about
was like
this
a fever
movie.
dream. I remember eating Moe's watching it.
I just never seen that or heard of this movie, but
You
Nick, you
should look
were
it up. It's a good.
cutting him off to say, "Hey, have you seen?" Or you were talking about Ryan Reynolds in the movie Buried, but
Right.
they were just talking about the movie him in Buried.
Well, I saw
Like,
the
what are you
movie
on about?
Buried Alive. It was like back in the early 90s, I believe. And it was about this woman who was cheating on her husband. And
Oh
she
shit.
got this fish. It was a lionfish. And she tried to poison him and kill him, right? And so she did it,
What
killed
the?
him, and then they buried him. And he woke up underground. And she did the cheapest funeral with the cheapest casket. So he broke out of it, dug out of the hole. I remember it was on USA. Dug out of the hole, and then he caught her and him, and he goes, "You're like a rat in a maze." And he fucking knocked them out, and he fucking built. He's like a construction worker, right? So he built like this
Man,
crazy maze and shit, and ended up like killing them. And then it made it look like I forget they died. And then at the end of it, the sheriff knew the dude, and he's standing there burying them and shit. And he's like, "Shame what happened." And he goes, "Yeah, it is." And he goes, And he kind of knew it was him. It was a great movie. I don't. Mark, you never watched that? Buried Alive?
I never heard of this movie you're
Never
describing.
watched it.
Damn, that was a
Gee,
great
what was the
movie.
question you were asking about earlier about actors?
We were talking about Ryan Reynolds movies, and then he
No,
fucking
you
said,
asked
I know.
earlier, like you're like, what was an actor?
I like
He asked
Ryan
what-
Reynolds. Waiting was
He
great.
asked what
yeah, that's what I was
actor
saying. The
irks you.
Waiting is good.
Oh, what actor irks me?
Oh,
Ben
I'm trying to
Affleck.
think about that one. Yeah, no shit.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
How about Johnny Depp? I think Johnny Depp's over. How about irks me? I'd say overrated. Johnny
Well,
Depp.
no,
Yeah,
because
100%.
Ben Affleck irks me because he's from Boston, but he has a shitty Boston accent.
Oh, Ben Affleck's horrible. Yeah. How about what's his other partner? The other dude?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Matt Damon irks me. How about that? I don't like Matt Damon at all. Matt Damon, like that
Dude,
movie.
Good Will Hunting
that
was
movie Tiny
his
was
best movie.
horrendous. That
Well,
Tiny
Good Will
what is it?
movie was
Hunting
What's
was his
horrendous.
best movie, and that's saying something, right? Like your first movie was your best movie. Like, okay, buddy.
No, his best
Sorry,
movie
I'm
was the one where
sorry.
they robbed the fucking bank, or they rob Fenway.
That's the
What's it
town
called?
with Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that one. That's his best movie, even though I hate him.
He's talking about, well, I don't know.
I thought Ben
Matt Damon.
Affleck was a solid Batman. He's like an
Matt
older
Damon's
Batman.
best movie was The
No,
Martian.
he's terrible.
The Martian.
Yeah,
Or you mean Mars?
Yeah,
Wait, was that
Whatever
was
the
it the
fuck.
Martian?
It is
Oh
The
yeah,
Martian, I
that
think.
was actually pretty good.
No, that wasn't
Yeah,
called
he was
The
good
Martian.
in that
Was
one.
it called The Martian?
I liked
Yeah,
it.
where he's
Where
stuck
he
on
grew
Mars. That
crops
was a
on
great
Mars.
movie. I did
Yeah,
like it.
that was
But
good.
my wife doesn't like
And
them.
then he grows
My wife
potatoes
also
with
doesn't
poof.
like that Island movie with Tom Hanks because they're just a boring movie.
It is.
But I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's a
like
shit
both of
movie.
them.
It's
I like
overrated.
both of them.
Yeah.
You know what
Cannot
movie I don't like
forget
that's similar is
about
Wally.
We Bought
Wally.
a Zoo.
Wally is a horrible movie. That's the same shit. I hate the movie
I
Wally.
You
don't know
know,
Wally. I don't know Wally.
We Bought a Zoo.
But yeah,
what's your favorite robot? Who's your favorite robot from cinematic history?
That's a
Lost
good
in
question.
Space one. You
Good
can't
fucking
beat that. You
question,
can't
huh?
beat
That'd be
the
Rose.
no. It's the Lost in Space
Johnny
one. I
Five.
think it's simple. It's
Hey,
Danger, Will
I knew
Robinson.
somebody was going to say
Danger,
short circuit.
danger, danger. That robot was
Need
fucking
more
awesome.
input.
Still going
What is
Rosie
it?
from the.
Los logos kick
I-
your balls.
my
Los logos
favorite
kick your
robot.
face.
Even the
Robot.
new
Rosie could,
Lost in
like,
Space was
actually
even good.
fight.
Yeah, even the
My
new
favorite
Lost in
robot
Space was
is
good.
the one from Flight of the Navigator that brings him his food and shit.
Oh, Pee Wee
And
Herman.
sits in space.
Hey, that was
Pee-wee
Pee Wee
Herman.
Herman.
No, not Pee Wee Herman. I'm talking not Pee Wee. I'm talking about the little robot that brings him
Oh,
his
short.
food and shit.
Number 5
Yeah.
is alive.
Yeah, when he was in the
Yeah.
room.
The pointless robot.
I like how he
that-
turned on the TV and he's seen the girls dancing and he's like, "What is this?" MTV.
Yeah,
What's so
but
funny about
number 5 would fuck that dude up. 100%.
what's so funny about the robot?
Fuck yeah,
though, is it's
especially
like,
after he
it's like
got the
it's
Los Logos upgrade when he became a gangster.
Number 5
the
is
robot-
alive.
Danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Or how about
Danger Will Robinson.
how about the robot from Power Rangers? Yeah, I kind of moved into that one at that point. Danger, danger. I think I just became the robot from.
No, that one actually got me. That tickled.
I do like the
I ain't
robot
got it.
from Power Rangers. Now that we say that.
Your mama was a snowblower.
If you were a Power Ranger, who would you be? Which color?
Green,
what
obviously.
generation?
Green. Yeah, I'm a Green Ranger, baby.
And what
Yeah.
generation?
The first Green Ranger before he became a White Ranger.
Before he came.
That's the
Hey,
easy
I don't know
answer.
who that.
You guys are some youngsters. I don't even know Power Rangers. What the fuck is that shit, man?
Hey, I watched. Who's your favorite Fraggle?
See, I
Oh,
don't
that's
even
an
know
old
Fraggle.
one too. Down in Fraggle Rock.
The
Down
giant
in
garbage
I know
Fraggle
pile.
Fraggle
Rock.
Rock. Fraggle
The
Rock was
giant
actually
garbage
kind of.
pile. That's my favorite.
Oh,
Wasn't
the trash heap.
this giant garbage pile named Marjorie?
The trash heap.
Oh, dude, the trash. Dude, man, those are some
Yeah, it was
old. See, that's when you know you're old. If
named
you're watching
Marjorie.
Fraggle fucking
That's my
Rock, that's an
grandpa's
old
name.
show.
That's my-
That was such an old show. Down in Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, watch
Man,
that. That was on HBO. I
was
Does
watched
it on
that
HBO?
in the morning. Yeah, I think it was like Saturday mornings they would rerun that shit on HBO.
See, I moved
They
around the
would.
country,
They
and
would.
sometimes Disney would be like on cable, and sometimes it'd be like a premium channel. Remember Disney?
Yeah, you
It
had
would
to have
sometimes be
cable,
like a
otherwise
premium channel for some
no,
reason,
you can't even
and
see
so you
Fraggle
can't
Rock
watch
if
it.
you don't have cable. Like, you know
That's
you're poor if
crazy.
you don't know
If you
Fraggle
never
Rock.
seen Fraggle Rock,
Yeah,
He said
the
you
thing
know
is you
you're
had
poor
to
if
have cable.
Fraggle Rock.
you
Like, you
rich. Well,
literally
remember
have
the
to have
old HBO? Bum, bum, and it would just like zoom in and shit. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. It was such an intro for every movie. That was such a classic when you had HBO. I would always wait for the free previews on the weekends. I was poor. So I'd get that weekend preview, and that's when I would just catch up on everything.
Shit, I would watch all the way through the VHS
Fire
to
up the
watch the special
VCR.
features because I had nothing else to do.
Yo,
Hey, you gotta
at
fire
least,
up the
yo, Nick,
recorder.
you can have HBO now because you just go on YouTube and you can look it up
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
even get
got it.
to relive it.
I got Max and shit.
Hey, dude,
Everything's
hey, Nick, I
powerful.
fixed my
We're
camera.
fancy now. I've got a
I
million
fixed my
streams.
camera, but I need you to come through on my Kick channel. Can you at least say what's up on my Kick stream? Otherwise, I'll feel like dumb for streaming.
Yeah.
Have you ever streamed for so long and you're just like, what's the point? Like, nobody's cruising. Like, what the fuck am I
Yo,
even
that's
doing?
fuck.
All right, what's your
It's like,
kick? I'll jump on your kick real quick.
what do you mean?
You know what's really
Same.
disheartening? The fact that you
It's me.
can't live stream on YouTube without 50 subscribers. How the fuck am I supposed to grow my community?
You got to get like, no, I can stream live on YouTube. I have 300 subs, I think, though.
You need 50
If
to live stream.
then get yourself to 50. I'll follow you. Can you send your link in his stream, and then I'll follow you. I'll try to give you a little +1, bro. I got you, my guy.
Bulky. I'm gonna send it in the Discord.
Okay. Or in my Kick chat, you can also send it. I allow links.
Hell yeah.
I do allow links.
I got kicked too.
I'm
Yeah,
the resident
my
DJ
kick's
too.
been growing, which is nice. I'm
Yeah,
up to a
honestly,
90. I'm up to 90 on kick, which is nice.
I
Yo,
was gonna
Nick,
tell
that's
you
what I'm
that too, Nick. I made my kick yesterday, and I already have 3 subscribers, and I didn't even post them.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Nick, I got 5 subs today, so they let you keep $4.76 out of each $5, right? Compared to Twitch, you only keep like $2. Cruise. So obviously, I'll promote your kick. Just post when you go live on my Discord so people can see when you go live.
Yeah.
I think you're in
I
my
think I'm on
Discord.
yours right now, actually.
I'm not 100% you're in my Discord, but if you post when
It
you're
says
going live, I'm sure
followers. Follow.
my
Wait
oh, there you
6
go.
minutes. So now I gotta wait 6
Now you're
minutes.
followed.
All right, I got it.
Okay. Thanks for the follow, bro.
Yeah, no, buddy. I'll jump back in
I thought
about
you were
6.
already
I'll
followed,
jump
but the
back.
thing is,
I
like,
did too. I don't do a lot on kick, so I'm on it. So I'll jump back here in about 6 minutes.
okay.
All right. So
I
we
didn't
got
know there was a 6-minute thing. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
weird.
know. I just clicked it.
Like,
It
you
was
should
like,
just automatically be able to type in. That's fucking bizarre. Okay.
yeah, like wait 6 minutes.
I'll try to fix that,
All
actually.
good.
I
All
feel like
good. All good.
What's your kick, Chi?
same name.
It's the Darth Plays
Yeah, Darth Plays Live.
live.
Pretty much on every social. Try
Oh
to get it
shit! Look
lit
at that!
everywhere.
Look at that! I put Darth. You're
Hmm?
the first one, dude.
Is
Let's
he? That's
go.
good. I had a hard time finding. I just clicked it on the chat. That made it easier.
Darth Blaze Live. Is that
That
you?
means I'm holding it down.
Yeah, but see, once you click him, it says
That doesn't look like you.
wait 6
Wait,
minutes.
what? Huh? What do you mean? I'm him.
Here we
That
go.
doesn't.
Here,
If
wait.
it doesn't look like me, then it's probably not.
Here
me,
we go.
right?
Look at my chat. Wait 6 minutes.
Hold on. Let me. Why? That's cold.
That's funny. All good.
Hold on. Let me look.
I tried. I'll be there in 6 minutes. Hey,
Bro,
Big
that's so
Perm.
weird. It gives you a 6-minute like follow. You have to like watch
Well,
for
that's
6.
kind of
That's
fucked
so
up. I mean,
weird.
I guess they're trying to save like bots, possibly.
No, I feel like that's in my settings though. Like that's
Oh.
kind of fucked.
Hmm. Yeah, nobody
That's
ever
on.
in mine said they had to wait 6 minutes for some reason. I never
heard
remember
it.
seeing somebody saying, because I had a
Hold on.
couple people
You
jump
know what I'm
over
gonna
from
do?
YouTube and
I'm gonna
shit.
just turn off followers. Like
All right.
only like anybody can just chat. Like
All right.
I gotta just adjust that. Uno momento. I
All right,
swear I
let's
get
do a
it lit
dab.
over here. Oh, we got another follow. We got Veggie 710 in the building. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We're gonna
bud.
blow up Kick. I like Kick because they're a little more lenient. Every time I try to go like monetization on YouTube, because I've got like 4,700 on YouTube, and I used to have like 80,000, so I'm gonna bring it back. But they never let me monetize, and they say it's because I drink beer and I do dabs.
But yeah, Nick, dude, I literally an hour ago I got 5 subs.
Oh yeah,
So
bud.
like 20, $25, man. So
Yeah, I got to work on getting money on Kick.
but I'm
I
gonna
haven't
adjust
made
some of
anything on it yet, so I got to figure this out.
It's like, why is that fucking you guys? Like, you can't just type automatic. I got to turn off followers only, I think, in the chat thing.
Ate my lunch, sparked a blunt, did a dab. Here I am.
I don't know how to turn that shit off. Mine.
Yeah, that was something I never seen. I clicked it, and they said you got to follow, and I said, all right. I clicked follow, and
Well, I
said,
feel
all right.
bad because
It
I'm
said,
like,
well,
I'm
now you got to
welcoming
wait
you.
6 minutes. I was like,
And then
what?
it's like,
Well, I think I've already been on for at least 4 minutes, so we got to be getting closer.
no, I'm going to remove it, the followers only thing, if I can find it. That's my
I mean,
problem.
shit, I didn't change mine, so who knows? Maybe people have to wait 6 minutes
I
on
just feel
mine.
bad because, dude, I'm like literally trying to invite the boys and the boys can't type, man. That's
Yeah, I
fucked
know.
up.
That's insane. Let me click back. Let's see what happens.
No. We just wait. I'm going to try to fix this.
Well, it still
I need
says
to turn
6
off
minutes. It's
followers.
been way over 6 minutes. Maybe I got to, let me refresh it.
No, it's on my side. I feel like something, bro.
Nope, it still says 6 minutes. I don't know. It sucks. I got really quick internet. I was
It's
like, yeah.
literally the most unwelcoming thing on the planet, right? Like,
I know they got to fix that for sure because YouTube doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, they gotta fix that.
oh, okay, hold on. I got it fixed somehow.
Okay.
Hold on. Just give me uno momento, por favor. We're in San Diego, so we speak Spanish.
Yeah,
Almost.
Tijuana,
We
TJ.
almost speak.
TJ, if you don't call
I
it
work in an
TJ, are
Italian
you from
restaurant and I'm
San
forced to
Diego?
speak Spanish.
Okay, I fixed it. I feel like you can type now. Shit. That's the most unwelcoming thing on the planet, man.
Y'all trying to play some
But at
War
least you
Zone?
guys followed. So
Yeah,
it,
we're
I
halfway
feel like
there.
it forced you guys to follow
Oh,
me.
dude,
So
it
I
did
guess
it. It did it. It
the
fixed
silver
it.
lining. All right, I'm taking a vodka shot, and you're on. Yo, we got higher. Let's go, baby. We're all the way. We got Murder Chrome in the building.
There we
That's my
go.
boy. If you guys
Now I
can
can
follow
click
Murder
back and
Chrome.
forth, which is cool. So now I can go
Yes.
back and forth. Bam, bam, bam. Then I can
Hey,
click
don't
over
judge
to here.
me.
Bam,
Vodka
bam,
shot
bam.
in your honor. Let's go, baby. We're all the way. I'm gonna make you a mod, by the way, if you don't
Oh,
mind.
all good.
All right, I got you.
All right, guys, let's do another one. What am I? I only got
Do you
4
have
left.
vodka shots or no?
No, I've been
Or you
doing
got beer?
beers.
All right.
Dude, these
My
were
watch.
24 ounce at Angel Stadium was $15.
Hold on, I can't see your stream. Just uno momento. Okay, I got your stream. Oh, you're cracking a coldie.
Oops. Man, I really hate the keyboard on the Macs. You know, I'm like an old school. I want a giant finger touch, like they're really small and thin. I want a large, long stroke. I want for some reason these are so thin. I always mistype. Anyway,
Dude, I'm out of fucking the propane for my shit. No dabs for me for this week.
really, dude, butane. I get it like right at the shop all the time. I got an empty one here. I got another one here.
Well, I bought a
These
12 pack, but 6 of them are buried away somewhere, and I don't know where the fuck they are. So I guess we're. But the thing is, like, we just got
what
a
do you
fucking
do?
ounce.
Do you get really faded? Run out in your yard, dig a hole, and bury them, and then be like, I don't know where they are.
No, never that. All
Sorry.
right, cheers, buddies.
All right.
Oh, we got Murder Com in your kick chat. That's my
Oh
boy.
yeah.
That's my road dog.
Yeah, I got your chat up. Your chat's more popping than mine. Oh, there
Well,
we go.
because you're
Oh, there
you're
we
a
go. Hey,
YouTube
what up?
streamer. You're a YouTube guy, so that's
Yeah, I know.
different.
I'm working on both. Oh yeah, thank you, Murdercom. Long key. Oh, sorry, I just fucking busted it. Long key stroker checking in. I'm like, can I read right? Sometimes people type stuff and I'm like, am I reading that right? Long key stroke. You guys should see what I'm playing with. I'm literally doing feet juggling under the thing. Oh yeah. If you don't know, I like to juggle.
Well, it's a party.
We should all do a Discord chat though later when we play COD.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that'd be
saying.
that. I
Like
think
we
that's
can,
going to be
if
the
we're on
easier way to
Discord.
talk, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I've
because
never
I'm voice
did it.
chat banned. I'm a potty mouth. I asked people what they were so I could call them a slur, and it got me banned.
I know.
Yo,
They're
Murdercom, do you
pussies. Remember
have?
back in the day when you can say words?
You have to have an ID to buy the fucking game. Why am I not allowed to cuss?
I don't know if Murdercom has Discord chat though. Let's see. Let me know, bro.
Murdercom says I'm a decent guy if I don't go on a anti-Muslim rant 99% of the time. I'm a good time. Okay. All right. Well, I don't have a point of view one way or another on Muslims, so that's okay.
Well, a lot of them are terrorists, right? I feel like
All
that's the
right.
thing.
Well, again, I don't have a point of view.
Like 9/11 actually happened. So
He's PR trained. Well, I mean,
I'm not picking
9/11
sides,
was
but
9/11 was you know.
Discord is
Yeah.
higher autocode. Thank you, Justin. My boy Justin, he's going to be my producer and helper. He's helping me. He's going to help me fix this chat too. He knows what's up. But yeah, we'll figure this out. But yeah, I know. I don't know. Should I have?
I'm not. To be honest, like I don't
try
pick
not to have a point of
anything
view on
related.
anything. To be honest with you.
People have a lot
Like
of personal things
anything.
that don't
Yo, Nick,
really affect them
anything
or
in
don't have
chat,
any.
anything religious, I stand on the sidelines because I'm not religious. I'm agnostic. I don't give a fuck about all that bullshit, man. These
Right.
guys, their
100%.
brains are rewired. So it's like, what do I fucking care, man? Like these guys are
I just
some
don't want
weird.
to pay for it.
It's all the same to me.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
Like you got to be cooped out to try to hurt somebody on the basis of your own religion. Like, isn't religion supposed to be based on peace and being nice to people? Like, I feel like that's the basis.
Depends on your religion. That's the
Okay.
thing.
some people part of the religion.
All right.
Depends on your religion. Some religions are taught that other people are inferior or dogs. So
Jesus, that's some weird shit.
goyim.
Maybe Buddhism, but that's not technically a religion, I guess. It kind of is, but
Yeah. Maybe Hinduism, like Hindus, because they like peace.
Like
Or
if
like
you're
the
trying to
monks.
hurt somebody because you believe in something different than somebody else believes is fucking weird, man. Like get that shit out of my face. That person is literally has his wires crossed and might be retarded. So
that's what happens with religion, though. Like people become extremists. When it comes to something like God,
are you calling
people go
it's the root
extreme.
of religion?
I mean,
Maybe
I don't want to
religion
turn
is
this
the
into
root.
a whole religious stream debate, but like I agree, and I think a lot of people are blind and don't understand what's propaganda.
Or religion is the root cause, probably. Like the divisiveness.
No, propaganda is the governments and their whatever their interests are, but the religion is just the piece they use to do it, like the chessboard. But anyways, let's talk about other stuff. Fucking Murdercom in the chat turning this into a fucking TED Talk.
No, I get it. No, it doesn't have to be that though.
I never
We
even
can
thought
have a
about that. I
we can have a
was
discussion.
having some issues with figuring out the chat. I was literally like evading out. Oh damn.
Yeah, he got
My bad.
raided, and all of a sudden we're like Muslim. It's like,
Because you know, at the end of the day, we can all be afraid to, you know, remove ourselves from these conversations that need to be had. I get that.
Well,
I'm
I
trying to
think I
party.
think in general,
Hold on.
my grandfather said it best. He said,
All right.
"War is for nothing. Everybody fights for what they believe in, and and you're going to lose no matter what because there is
Tell that
death and
tell
there is
that to my
innocent people that
grandfather that
die."
went in the Korean War and cooked. He was cooking those Koreans out there, bro. Like they were trying to bomb his ass, and my grandfather came back to the United States and survived. And then he was able to nut in my grandmother and make meat. You know, my dad made meat. So shout out to my grandfather, Korean War awesomeness. So like sometimes you got to stand on business, man. We're not going to allow this shit to transpire. Like especially like if never mind, we're not going to go on too much tangents cuz he said don't there's no political talk. No, your
I was
boy
letting you
said no
vent. No, you
political
can
talk.
vent.
Things to
Because, like,
I
transpire.
mean,
that's why I
I'm
don't
It's
like
team
turning it
Navy.
into that kind of stuff. Because everybody
Like
has some
I'm in San
seriously
Diego
strong
like for a
opinions.
reason. Like all my family was Navy, so I'm holding it down for the Navy people.
Yeah,
So
I
like
mean,
Yeah, my
everybody.
brother was Army. I was going to do Navy, but I got hurt. So,
well, isn't that why like the Native Americans and shit? It's like a peace pipe. Like if
well,
everybody really sat around, got high, chilled out, and actually
hey,
could
can,
communicate, because what happens is it's a communication issue. A lot of us cannot
yeah.
speak every fucking language, obviously, right? But if we did, we're all the same, and it's really simple. You know what I mean?
It's,
Yeah,
I
but
know. I got a
France would
fun
be
fact.
speaking German right now if it weren't for us, bro. USA number one, man. They forget
Speaking
the
Deutsch.
EU forgets, man. Like
Yes.
literally, the UK Germans would be like the
Well,
entire EU would be fucked right now if it weren't for us to swoop in like Superman, save the day. You know, I'm just using generalizing terms. I'm not trying to offend anything, but literally, France was fucked until we rolled up and said, "Fuck you guys. This is what we're doing." We USA, we have this like consternation, right? That's
Right.
a word that's lost on a lot of people. Like we're like like us old school fucking because I'm almost 50, right? So it's like I'm getting towards that age. I'm still holding on to
Right.
like what our values, our United States values. Like when you if you were growing up in the 80s, like you have a different consternation compared to these little woke skinny jean wearing little faggots these days. Like am I can we still
Right.
say the F word or no? I
Well,
don't
I
know.
don't know, but you
that
said it. It's
depends on
all
what you're
good.
streaming on.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying.
we again, there's a lot of words we use. That is, I don't think the R word, the F word. You could say words, but I mean, but in
Oh,
general,
yeah,
I
you can.
mean, all of us said them before, and it was we. I don't think we said them in a way to offend people, but now it
Yeah, they weren't
became that way.
derogatory.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't derogatory. But that's the
Oh
speech you have to
gosh,
protect. You can't
your
protect the
boy's
speech that's
cooked.
nice. You protect the shit that people don't want to hear. So,
Right.
Yeah, but these
and
soy
also,
boys,
no, no,
skinny
no, no.
jean wearing motherfuckers, man. We just
We were
call them
talking about
motherfuckers? These
propaganda.
little
Did you?
bitch boys, like
Right.
fucking Kamala supporters. These little.
Well, like I told my brother, I said, we could always use other words. You're obviously a immoral idiot. You
I'm
know what I
fired up,
mean?
man.
You could say other words.
Yeah, but Nick, we're in California and we have to live amongst these little
I know.
weirdos,
Well,
man.
that is the
This is
tough part. Thank God I moved to
fuck.
Orange
What is it?
County. I'm down
Retard.
here. I'm Irvine,
Retard.
Newport
Retard.
Beach,
Retard
baby.
Nation.
So I stay down here with the Orange County people because Long Beach got a little crazy. Like there was
Oh,
homeless people
he's in
everywhere.
Orange County. I'm in Orange
Yeah,
County,
but
Florida. You're in Orange County,
Newport holds it
California.
down
That's like
though, bro. Newport holds it down. I like, dude, because the OC, man, I'm telling you, I like what I'm seeing. Like, what was it, that UFC guy who was running for mayor and shit out there?
Yeah, it's so
I'm
nice out
cool.
here. I mean, there's Teslas, homeless people's nowhere, cops are strict. I mean, it is what
Yeah,
it
you got
is.
like your own little enclave.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
nice, dude. But Santa Barbara is like, it's way different. I get it. But I love Santa Barbara because, like, that's another place nobody can fuck with you. You just go and have fun. You can live
Yeah,
your
I mean,
existence.
you just gotta have people with like-minded individuals. They'll figure it out. Democrats are. I used to be a Democrat, and I ain't gonna get politics, but they're falling apart. I ain't anybody. I'm independent.
Well,
Let's
my
just say
dad was
that
all
I'm
team
an
Clinton.
independent.
Dude, Bill Clinton was an OG,
Dude, I thought
man.
we were
That
done
was
with
our
the
dude.
politics. What the fuck happened?
Like, Bill Clinton was our guy. And then all of a sudden, shit went sideways in California, man.
Good question. All right,
Gavin
let's try
Newsom.
something else. That was a good Dabmarine, though. George
I
Bush.
did not
Well, I
have
mean, I think
sexual
everybody.
relations
Let's
with
talk
that
about
woman.
aliens, guys. How about the
Remember, he got
21?
his
There
dude.
is
He got the
21.
blowjob in the
There is
Oval Office,
21
bro.
trillion dollars of underground bases and transportation for the elite. Okay, let's talk about that.
What the fuck were you watching? Ancient Aliens?
No, that's real shit, dude. This lady used to work for Bush.
Yeah,
They found $21 trillion.
just came
Dank
out.
knows.
So all of a sudden, there was $21 trillion missing. Like I think Doge actually found it, and they're like, "Where's this money?" And everyone's like, "Nobody knows nothing." Well, come to
Shout
find
out
out,
to
they spent
Doge.
21 trillion on a humongous bunker that can
Dude,
house like
Doge is
several hundred
goaded.
thousand people.
They're
I don't
like,
know how
it
you
goes
feel about
all
Doge,
under the
but I'm
world.
all
There's
about Doge.
transportation. Can you imagine how big of a bunker you could build with $21 trillion?
People are
There's
hating on
already
Doge
been.
so
What do
hard.
you
Like,
not know about
they
the?
went.
It's like a fucking whole city that exists underground. I forgot what it's called, but like
That's probably
Toshiba
it.
Samsung. Toshiba. It's like fucking huge. Hold on. It's in America too.
Hmm. Doge was actually created by Obama, the Department of Government Efficiency. They just
No,
didn't do
not really.
shit. Yeah, actually.
No, there's no pressing a button on that. Like, Elon is the goat. He fucking He pretty much took over and did things, made change. That,
Right,
like,
but that doesn't
nobody has
change the
done
fact that
as much
Obama still
change.
created Doge, but then
Oh,
just didn't do anything. You know what I mean? It was just like a title.
well, yeah, because it's run by the
Oh, it's called the
weirdos.
Louisville Mega Cavern. It's a 100-acre underground limestone mine that they turned into a man-made cave system, and it now is like it's like the fucking back rooms. This is what it looks like.
Are you talking about in LA or in Vegas?
No,
No,
that's
that's in
everywhere.
Kentucky.
Yeah, that's a minimal one. There's bigger ones. For
That's
$21
100
trillion,
acres
Okay,
they're
underground.
where was that
building
one?
nice
Where was
shit.
that one
That's
at?
not minimal.
I
I
mean,
can't
But
a lot
see.
of these
Here.
no,
places
no,
have a lot of
I
cities
could
have
build,
underground
I could
bunkers.
build that with like
That's
$100 million. For $21
all these
trillion,
states.
you're building crazy shit.
A lot
Dude,
of these
that
states are
was
going to have these bunkers.
that's a limestone mine. That's
I
crazy.
mean, the president's
100
going to visit.
acres.
Goes down. They got to keep them safe. They got to put them somewhere.
Would you pay 21 trillion for
There's zip
that?
lines and
No,
shit
no,
in it right
no.
now. There's a theme park in it.
Maybe if they have like all those underground bunkers all over the United States,
It
that would make
started
sense.
in 1998 and it went all the way to 2015. Catherine Fitz, who served as the Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban
Okay,
Development.
Murdercom. Look up Doge. You got to look up Doge.gov. Murdercom. You got to look up Doge.gov if you're going to talk about that because it tells us exactly how much they're fucking cut right now. So savings. Look at that. They're already at $1,000 per taxpayer. $170 billion in savings so far.
I'm Team Doge. I love those guys. His whole team are smarter than most of us, so I'm with it.
I don't
Yeah.
believe it.
Well, the last time I
It's
checked the
state.
Doge.gov savings, it was at like $600 per
It's all
taxpayer. It's at
talk until you see something.
$1,055.
It's all talk until you see something. Until you actually see something happen, I'm not going to believe it.
It was all
Because
talking
What are
until
you
everybody
talking
got the
about?
stimulus.
He's
It's going to
already
be the same
gotten.
thing.
He's already eliminated most of the bullshit.
That's
So
see, but Mark, that's the doubt that they've given people in our own government, and that's what they're trying to fix in making the government work for us again, and not us work for them.
Well, then they should have to do it, not Elon Musk.
Abolishing income tax would be awesome. Amazing.
They start doing perp walks and arresting people that they are actually proving did things wrong through Doge. Then I'll start to take notice. But right now they're just saying, "Hey, look, all this fraud's going on." But it's like we already knew the government's been robbing everybody blind for 50 years. So I guess
None
they're bringing
of
it
the
better
numbers
to
are
the
like
attention.
hard
Hold
money
on.
yet. It's all for the next fiscal year. Like
Hold on. Let
say
me
they
hear his
haven't
point.
cut
Right,
any
but
on.
He was
meanwhile we're
trying to
36
explain
trillion
his
in
point.
debt, so it really doesn't matter.
Hold
It
on.
matters
Let
to
him
start
explain
now.
his point first, and then we can all respond because I feel like he had some points, but I missed it. I'm sorry.
Let's hear it again.
Who?
Can you re-explain your points on that?
Are we talking Dank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. Let's see.
When I'm saying like if they start arresting people and showing like, hey, this money was funneled through U.S. aid to fund this Democrat campaign, like what they just tied a whole bunch of people in Maine, different senators in Maine that were using U.S. aid funds that were stolen basically directly from taxpayers to fund their campaigns. Yet none of them are in jail or in cuffs. I mean, we've
They
seen a
have
couple
started
of
with some
judges.
federal judges. They have arrested
We've
some
seen a
federal
couple of
judges.
judges get arrested for interfering
Yeah.
with ICE agents and stuff like that, which I was blown away by that. To be honest with you,
Like that's
maybe
a
we
start.
will start to see some change. But I'm also kind of on the I'll believe it when I see it train, because Republicans and Democrats are the same thing. Like they're just stealing tax money. Like that's why, in my opinion, Trump is so popular and he won, is because he's not a Republican. Republicans have no one. They just had to get
He's never
behind him
been
because
Republican. He's always been
right.
middle of the road, Democrat.
Yeah.
He's worked both sides.
Well, he was a
Right.
We know
Democrat,
where
and
he
then he
stands.
switched because the Democrats changed.
Right. The
Well,
Democrats have
they
got very extreme is the issue.
Yeah, they went
Right?
weird,
Isn't
man.
that the whole point?
They full
It's
Well, they
centered the
keep
because,
view.
picking
like,
the
all
wrong
of us,
fucking
I think, are
issues.
Democrats. Nobody wants a fucking war, right? But then the
Mhm.
Republicans are saying, hey, we need war in order to protect us. And there is a fight between that. And obviously, all of us want to not be we don't want to have war in our country, right? And so
I don't think
everybody,
anybody
that's
wants
why it's
war.
scary.
I mean,
It's
there's
like,
people who
yes, we're
benefit.
very aggressive. Our country is aggressive. The Republicans are aggressive. It's because nobody wants a war in our country. Who the fuck wants, bombs dropped in America? Nobody.
Right. And like what India
We're
just
currently
dropped.
building that Iron Dome here that Israel has. I know
No,
that.
we need to stay connected with Canada. We need to stay connected with Mexico, okay? And then we got this giant water
To
between everybody.
to be fair,
It's very
Canada
simple.
started it
It's
with
very
everybody.
simple. It's very simple.
To be fair, Canada started it with everybody. They started it with China. They started it
Canada's
with Russia.
fine. Mexico's
Then they
fine, but
started it with us. Like,
Well,
no, I'm just talking
Canada's
about
the
like how
51st
we
state, man.
went back at then. Canada thought they were big in the britches, and everybody had to put them in their place.
they have a lot of
They're going to
oil.
be the 51st
They have
state
a
by
lot of good shit up there.
2027. But
I don't know. I think we have a
Oi,
great wall. I mean, there was countries over, like even the dude from Ukraine goes, well, you don't understand. You don't have water between you. Us, we do. And we can't have a war between Canada and Mexico. It would make no sense.
oh,
You
but
want
it wouldn't even
Canada
be
and
a fucking
Mexico to be
war.
a part of it, so we have this nice water barrier. It makes no sense to be at war with either
We're
one of
like,
them.
but they're
I don't
not
think we're worried
securing the
about
borders.
southern
Like
border.
they're,
I don't think we're
Nick,
worried in
you're
the slightest
forgetting they're
about that
sending the
southern border.
drugs now through Canada.
Right, but
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
not worried in the slightest
but
about
I
the
mean, we
southern
need to be
border.
connected so we can protect them.
Sending
Like
drugs through
Trump
Canada?
said,
They're sending more drugs
if
through
somebody
Canada than they
invaded
ever sent
Canada,
through fucking
Like
Mexico.
just
if
forget
somebody
all the
invaded
drugs.
Canada, who the fuck is going to protect them? It's going to be the United States, and it's going to be the
100%.
same thing with Mexico because that is a very protective border for us. And it doesn't
But my
matter
But
point
who.
is
I
like
mean, that's the thing, though. I
there's
don't think we
they're
need
sending the
Canada for
fucking drugs
protection
through
on any
Canada
border.
now because it's an easy
no,
clap. It's like
I don't think we
they got the
need Canada
submarines
or
and shit.
Mexico, but just from a security standpoint, if another country attacked one of them and attempted to invade, like we would not be having.
Right. Then we wouldn't
We
let
wouldn't
them
let it
take
happen. It's
over
North
it. Can
America.
you imagine letting any country take over China or Mexico? It wouldn't fucking happen, guys.
I mean,
Right.
I think we're doing pretty good. we're not Pakistan or India right now. You know, we're not getting bombed with fucking Wile E. Coyote nukes. So
Right.
I think we can
Well,
all agree that
I'm going to Mexico on a vacation.
Because dude, they
So
don't
I
got
get,
any nukes.
Mexico and
They're like
Canada
Wile E.
and us,
Coyote
no
nukes.
matter what anybody says, we're best
Acme.
friends because no matter what happens, we are going to protect each other. And that is what it is.
I think
Dude,
people
It's
take
a
things on
bro,
funny
personal.
thing.
I
People
feel like
take things
Mexico
personal
could
on both
defeat
sides.
India in a battle, like if we put them up to each other.
Oh, I forgot to talk about
Yeah,
that.
fuck yeah, they would.
Did
They
you
won
hear
the
about that?
Alamo.
Did you hear India hit a nuclear site in Pakistan? There is
I
nuclear
just read that.
radiation going on. I follow these like crazy like YouTube channels, and there is nuclear
When I
radiation going
grow
on
up,
because
I
of
want
this
to
site.
be.
Just an FYI.
I can't use my fucking camera because I'm in your eCam live bullshit. Bro, we gotta like reintegrate ourselves into Discord, bro.
All right,
I'm
we'll
gonna
figure it
call
out.
it, please.
Okay.
My
Thank you.
Oh,
buddy
we're supposed to
Justin,
do a
my buddy
Discord
Justin
call
will help
instead.
us do.
I can't do this eCam bullshit. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Like, what
I
the?
mean,
Bro,
we can do it.
we're going back in time with this.
Yeah,
Like,
nerd.
just Discord, call it a day,
Get with the
man.
program, nerd.
All right, I'm gonna bounce, but I'll be in Discord if you guys want to cruise through.
All
I'll
right,
send you an
dude.
invite.
Thank you for coming through, dude. We'll figure it out, dude.
All right, I appreciate you.
Awesome. You rock, bud. Thank you.
Chinese police stations in
later
Canada.
on.
Don't worry about it, y'all. The fuck? No, nothing's as bad as the UK right now getting arrested for Facebook posts.
Is that real
Yeah, that's
shit?
out of control. Yeah.
That's crazy.
The cops don't even have fucking guns. I wish they would.
Like the conversation that we just had of us, like, agreeing, disagreeing, going back and forth, just open dialogue. Everybody makes up their own
That
mind at the
couldn't
end of it.
happen.
Then
All four of us would have had a knock from a constable.
that would have been illegal. Like several of us would have gotten arrested or at least fined for that conversation that just went down in the UK.
That would have been
100%.
fucking
Are
hate
you
speech. The
shitting
cops would have been
me?
like, "You
That's
said something that made
insanity.
somebody anxious."
Dude.
Mhm. Let alone you talk about specifically like immigration and their borders. Like that's a big no for
Oh
social
no,
media.
dude! This old lady got arrested in England like 2 days ago. She reposted on Facebook a black dude who fucking basically like it was a video of like a weird homeless dude trying to snatch a little girl, and like he threw the dude threw this woman to the ground. This lady reposted the video, and the cops showed up at her house because that's hate speech about a different race, is what they said.
Well, I remember hearing like, in England and shit, and we got fans and shit from there. And you can't talk about the queen, the king, it's very strict over there. And that's insane.
Yeah, fuck their tea.
All right.
Dude, our chronic, we got our buddy. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Wait. Where is it?
Hey, you know, oh, you're already in?
Yeah, check it out here. Our buddy Chronic, I guarantee he's from the United Kingdom. He's awesome. He's one of my best gamers I game with.
No, I have a fun
He's
fact.
now going to
Did you
get hit
know?
out of the blue. There's going to be guys busting his door down, being like, "What are you watching?" Boom, boom, boom.
You can't watch that. That's not freedom of press.
Dude, your accent.
No, I got a fun fact though. Did you know when
here and go to jail, mate.
Did you know when Christopher Columbus discovered America, India didn't exist? It was called Hindustan.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well,
So
I
he
mean,
wouldn't have been looking for
they just
he wouldn't have
blew
been
up a
looking for
Pakistan
Indians,
nuclear.
and what he observed from the people was like un gente indios, which means people in God. So propaganda's a bitch.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta hit the bathroom. Continue a talk real quick.
We're getting put on every list in the chat today.
Hey, did you guys hear Kanye's new song? You want to get put on a new list?
Someone needs to get him. Like, holy
Hey,
shit.
dude. Hey, I listened to that song and I was like, why is it so good but so bad? Like, he makes
He
good
can make.
music, but I just don't get it.
He's just. I don't know. He needs to get back on his medication or cut whatever medication he is taking. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. He
That's
like they
America.
divorced Kim Kardashian, then got with a girl that looked exactly like her,
Oh,
and
that
so like
Beyonce
started
girl?
controlling her, what she wore, like how she was supposed to act. Then she kicked him to the curb. Now he's doing this this black Nazi shit, and it's just it's like
Did you see the
he's
Cheney bot? Did you see the baguette, the baguette swastika?
uh,
He spent like $3 million on a baguette pendant swastika.
oh yeah. I saw that. It was yeah.
It was, and I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy how he. It's like it's funny how you know he had to get a jeweler to do that. And there's only two ethnicities who are jewelers, like Vietnamese and Jewish people. So like he had to pick one. I wonder who he pitched that idea to first.
I
I
doubt
wonder
it was a
what
Jew.
jeweler he ended up getting to make that.
It had to be a Vietnamese person because in Buddhism that's a different symbol. So he's probably like, oh no, it's the Buddhism symbol of luck.
Spotify SoundCloud struggle to remove Kanye West's song glorifying Hitler, which has racked up millions
That
of views
piss,
on X.
that
Well,
piss
do you want to
was.
hear? Do you guys want to hear something crazy? Did you? Cash Patel had a quote. He released. It was a quote that saying that the reason they haven't released the Epstein files is because he fears it would cause a spike in anti-Semitism. That's a crazy fucking statement.
I doubt that.
Well,
I
that and
doubt
like
that.
Well,
There's
here's the
names on
funny
both
part of
thing.
sides.
it,
A lot of people believe
It's
they
because
took
there's names on both sides of the aisle of that
P
list because
Diddy
no
out to
part.
hide the Epstein files. That's the other conspiracy. Is like P Diddy got took out just
I
so
want
they
to
could
know who.
take
I
out
want to
these
know
rappers
everybody on that
because
fucking
they already
list.
said that there was a celebrity that watched them, and they're thinking it's J Lo. I'm not saying it is, but I mean that's what they said is
Dr.
watched
Phil.
it, and then that's what happened.
I bet
well,
Dr.
and you
Phil's
think
been
about
to
it
fucking.
too, like if like Trump's been in like about 100 days, so Cash Patel has only been in what about 80 or 90 days. So even if like everything's going 100%, which from what I understand, there's people in the FBI that were trying to still block the stuff from going public. So even if he wanted 100% to just bring everything public, it's not.
Oh,
It
he's
doesn't
having
really make
trouble.
sense that it would have come out yet. Like the stuff, these types of things, especially if there's multiple indictments that are going to take place. Like it could take 6 months to a year, even 2 years before it all like actually goes down.
Right.
Come out under Biden. It's not coming out under. It didn't come out under Trump. It's not going to come out under any of them because, like I said, there's names on both sides of the aisle that are going to be on that list, and they don't want those
Well,
names exposed while they're still in power.
and they also said that what we would learn about like the JFK files is shit that nobody's asking.
But
Like
who
we wouldn't
gives a
learn
shit?
anything that we want
Can
to
you
know.
imagine saying, "Well, there was like, what are we gonna say? Who was the other shooter in the bush? Is that what we give a shit about? Is that really
What with
what
the
we care about?"
JFK? No, the fucking driver. The driver fucking there was a new angle released of the
That the
motorcade.
driver
The driver
did
shot
that
it.
route on purpose? Man, I never even thought about that.
No, there's like another angle where you can see the driver go like this.
So the driver shot him, is what you're saying?
That's like what the fucking new conspiracy consensus is,
Yeah.
but they haven't like fully released anything.
Damn, I never even thought about that. But even the driver shooting, I was thinking the driver even at least had to make the right route, right? Like he had to make the route. But man, I never even thought about him shooting him and his head went back. Everybody always said his head went
Yeah,
back.
his head fucking flew back.
Never thought
He was
about that.
literally he was hunched forward, grabbing his neck.
But there was footage, right? You would be able to
They
see
didn't
it.
shoot
You'd
him in the
probably be able to
back.
see it because I guarantee there was
No,
much
that's what I'm
footage.
saying. There was a new
So he
angle
had to be
released.
in like under his arm almost.
I'm sure if you Googled it,
And,
you'd see it right now.
how did the guy in the front seat get shot as well?
Well, they
If
said
the
it was a
driver,
crazy
Because there was more
ricochet
than
that
one
went
shooter.
ding,
Lee
ding,
Harvey
ding.
Oswald was a shooter.
Damn.
yeah. Well, you think the
The
driver
first
was there
shot was
to
definitely Lee Harvey
job was
Oswald.
finished?
But the second shot, I think, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to doubt that as much as I would, knowing what the government is capable of.
You know what
Like,
I
if you,
love?
like, what is it? Like those interviews with the firefighters from 9/11 who say straight up that it was a fucking explosion that came from the bottom of the building.
Right.
Like, you
And
can't fucking argue
tangent
with
from
shit like that.
That was the
tangent
most
from that
insane.
back,
That was the
FBI
most
actually
insane
to
thing
the,
I've
back to the
ever
Ep-
seen.
the
back to the
FBI actually gave
Epstein thing. It's like
him okay.
everyone's so infatuated with who went to the island and who diddled the kids. Like, yes, that's a huge part of it. But the other part of it is like, why were they doing it? Like to push influence and get these politicians and other people in high positions to do their bidding, to do what they wanted, so that they have dirt
Yeah,
on them.
the same
Oh,
thing, the same
right.
way
So
Diddy was doing it. The same way Diddy was doing
right.
it.
So is it more like the government? Oh, we don't want people to know who, you know, diddled the
I
kids. No, it's they don't want to know what these people that work for the government that diddled kids that also did because you had dirt on them. You know what I mean? The different things that
But
were
this
done.
is why we need like a
Oh, come to
fucking
find out,
biblical cleansing,
George
like a
Bush was at
biblical
Epstein
flood of the
Island,
fucking
or
government.
Donald Trump was at Epstein Island, and then you know what I mean. Then it puts into speculation a lot of different things about a lot of different politicians, specifically on like ways they rule on things and different laws that were passed.
Well, didn't they have Epstein Island? They had Bill Clinton in a dress spread out on a picture, right?
Yeah, I
Painting
think
or
Yep.
whatever it was. It
painting
was, I mean,
of Bill
now
Clinton
to do a
dress. That's
painting
what
of a person, think about this. To make a painting of a person had to be thousands of dollars, right? And to do it in that fashion just is just some kind of like weird cultish shit, right?
that I think that's like that. I don't know. That's proof that someone has some dirt on them. Like that's a power move. Like every time Clinton came to that island, he saw
Can you
that.
imagine coming to the island, seeing yourself in a dress? Like in a $10,000-$15,000 portrait that somebody had commissioned. Because I mean, there was, I mean, like it's insanity to see. Because I am a poor person, and for me to have my wife painted like that would be insanity. And then to
No, it
just do
wasn't.
it, and to do it just for spite is just crazy. You know what I
It
mean?
wasn't
Because
even
that's
at
what
the
it was.
island. He had it displayed in his Manhattan townhouse.
Oh,
Like, I don't get it.
What the fuck?
Like, I mean, can you imagine you got $1 million place? I mean, multi-million dollar. You're like, this is what I want to have up there. I want a 10,000, 15,000. Who knows? It had to be in so much to make that painting. And it's
And
insane to do it.
it was supposed to symbolize
No,
Monica
no.
Lewinsky's dress.
Well, it doesn't have to cost that much. It just one good blackmail. They probably blackmailed a good a little artist. Who knows? They probably blackmailed Banksy.
Dude, I love the Banksy when it ripped. That was the best.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
When
when they auctioned it at Sotheby's and he rigged it to sell shred.
that was hilarious. That was brilliant.
Well, the funny thing was, is everybody said, oh, it's bullshit, but it made it worth more. It wasn't bullshit,
That's art. Kachiga.
That was cool. It was funny to see everybody's reaction. Well, dude, I used to do these stash and dashes when I got really popular. This shit is horrible. Anyway, I used to do these stash and dashes, and when I did it, a lot of the people would run, and it was cool to see it. That was the best part. Because, like, I would give, like, when the people would sometimes miss it, I'd give them something just because.
I've always wanted to show up to one of those because there's a guy in Central Florida who's been doing the money stashes where he like with like the big vinyl stickers will stick like $100. to like a pole, and then like show like a little clip of where he is, and then like be like, that's today's post. So it's like
Right.
basically whoever gets up and rips that sticker gets the $100 like
Well,
that.
you
That
know
shit's
who
easy.
used to run my shit in Long Beach was these guys who did these they run the bikes without the chain. What is it called? The uh
Free coasters.
no, when you run
Isn't
a
that what that
bike
is?
without like changing gears, fixies. So they'd
Oh, a
run these
fixie.
fixies,
Yeah.
right? And these guys run these fixies hard in Long Beach, and they would get there so quick.
There's a conspiracy theory that says that Disney created the movies Frozen to hack Google's search algorithm to distract consumers from information about Walt Disney freezing his body so that he could come back to life later on.
Oh no.
Well, he already did. His body is frozen. Him and a few other people, right?
Right.
There's another conspiracy. Did you hear? Oh no, you've been locked out. There's another conspiracy. Fucking, and it's not. I don't know if it's actually so much of a conspiracy, but I heard Disney was going back and putting chemtrails in their older movies, so that fucking kids never really know what the sky looked out like without them.
Dude, should I show you my sky? My sky is all blue and purple.
Oh, it's raining. It's raining fucking dog shit out here right now in Florida.
How you like that sky?
Oh, that's
Nice.
gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Just
No
look at it.
chemtrails. This is I'm Irvine, Newport Beach. I'm right on the border. Cheers.
I gotta hurry up.
Orange County is awesome. I like Orange County. They keep it clean.
Hey, we both live in Orange County.
That's funny. Well, when I was in Long Beach, I had a buddy who said, I'm in Long Beach, New York. And I said, I'd never heard about that. But yeah, beautiful day here in Long Beach. Look at that. That looks like I faked it, don't it?
My cat's an indoor-outdoor cat, and I accidentally let him outside when it was not raining, and
No,
he
really.
got locked out while it was raining.
Dude, I
He's
saw
pissed.
this cat box where you could put it in outside, and when it rains, they go into it, and they had a heated pad and everything. I was like, damn. I used to
I
love.
have one of the.
I love cats. So when I have a cat, I spoil them.
I have an automatic litter
That's
box out there.
Nice.
I have one of those. Yeah. Well, that's nice. Yeah, y'all lucky. Y'all got good weather. We had decent weather this morning out here in Florida, but it got shitty today.
Well, that's Florida. Fuck Florida. I hated Florida. Dude,
I love
remember
it.
the evening showers? It was always, no matter where I lived in Florida, it was always like, well, we got the evening showers.
We haven't been. No, it's been nice. It's been like 75 and sunny.
But you're on a
When I go like
peninsula.
kayaking,
Since you're on that
when I go like
peninsula, dude, it gets rain, dude.
when I go kayaking, it'll like be super super hot, and it'll rain for like 20 minutes, but it'll be still sunny out, like a sun shower. It'll feel so nice.
The earthquakes. Earthquakes are nothing, buddy.
Earthquake.
Yeah, I haven't experienced one earthquake living out here.
Would you like
Most
this weather and
earthquakes are north.
earthquakes? I'm okay with it. We got 70 degrees. I think my earthquakes are like jiggle, jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It, whatever the song says it does.
My money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like
Yeah,
it like
exactly.
I like
That's
it
what
wiggle
it
wiggle
does
wiggle.
out. That's what
So
it does
so.
in Cali.
What does it really want to see you riding in the Kia? 6 feet 2. No, I love that fucking shit. That
I
fucking
know.
shit's funny as
People
hell.
always say, "How good's your weather?" I go, "My weather is beautiful." I
Man, that
love
was
it
a
out. I
good
love it.
fucking
Well,
cold cut up.
because like the last couple days it was hot, but now it's been nice.
Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up the next couple of days out here, though.
Fuck that.
Feels nice
You're
out
in
right now, but
Sacramento. You're inland.
it's gonna get
Hey,
hot.
wait. He's in. What is it? Did your wife get the job in Cupertino, in the iPhone weather place?
Well, what was fucking Apple? All right. So when Apple, when you apply for a job, even when you work there, you got to go for like the first interview. Then there's like the actual interview. Then there's the panel interview where you're interviewed by a bunch
It's
of
like
people.
stages. You got to make it through the phases.
Yeah, and goddamn. But it's like she's made it through to the next interview, so we'll see.
So
Hopefully.
she made it out of Cupertino.
Dude, I
No,
saw
she
some fireballs. I could get a
trying to
whole
get to
Huh?
pack
Cupertino.
for
They're trying
like
to,
$15.
Oh, you're trying to get. Oh,
Can you
okay.
imagine me doing all the fireballs? Anyway, I'm
we're
I
sorry.
trying
I
to
thought
was
get
that
doing
was the
I was
place for
doing
you
a
to interview.
cross chat with you guys.
because that's the main Apple campus. We're at one of their campus, but
Dude, your
campuses.
wife
But
knows
That's
what's
cool
up.
though.
So Mark's wife actually does this crazy app shit. So she knows really a lot of shit.
No, that's cool as
yeah,
hell.
Yeah.
I like
yeah, she knows.
I like that shit.
She's trying to build a couple cool apps. I don't want to spoil it because like they're really
No,
smart apps. So I think she'll
no,
be able
don't.
to
Because
do really
if
fine with
somebody
it.
has the idea, if you don't want to.
Exactly. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, that dab was good. Damn.
Yeah, him and her, Dank, everybody's been so good.
Lucky.
We got WW's actually donating another tie dye, so I should get that soon.
How was that Alien Labs joint? How was that?
Way strong.
I didn't get to
Yeah, he
watch
said he was
that.
gonna come back on later. He I
Like
guess he
that was
fell
the
asleep.
one I knocked out at. Like
That
literally,
was
I
gonna
didn't
be.
realize how strong it was. I couldn't keep up with it. And they
He's
got
like,
more.
I'll be
They
back
got
later on
better and
tonight,
better.
guys.
So
The next morning,
thank
man,
Lays Lazar. That is a 7. Lays.
I remember because Nick was like, "Yeah, no, it the hash is on the outside, so it's probably not as potent. I think this will be great."
Well, I hit it like a champ though. I actually smoked the outside. Most people don't
it's
do that
inside
shit.
and outside.
Oh, when
I
you hit
remember
it
doing
and then
that.
you go
I
back and
did
you go.
that shit right. So fuck everybody.
I
It's
didn't
infused
know if it was
inside and
good.
outside. That's the thing.
And
Like
it was
they
only
only
me. I couldn't pass it to anybody. So I was just hitting it. So
Yo,
I did the
a
best
lot of
thing.
people like will say that they smoke joints or like smoke blunts to the face, but like I really don't believe them because when I smoke a joint or I smoke a blunt to the face, and I'm a heavy hit, like I smoke a lot of wax, I'm still tapping out at like fucking 45% in. Like that shit's, it's hard to smoke a joint to the face.
Yeah, I was like, I kept it rolling. I still to this day, I would do another one. If I did it again, I got to get out of the house because I smoked the house out and everybody freaks out. So I'd have to do it somewhere else, but I'll do it again. But dude, when you hit it off the top, I honestly can almost feel it. Man, that was so good. Hitting the hash because it's almost a hash burn
Was
on the
it
top.
tasty?
Yeah, it was
Was
so
it tasty?
tasty. It was so tasty, dude. I love that shit.
I've had Alien Labs.
That's
They're
why it's
good.
like, man, they got a 52 and a 56 and a $72 one. And I was like, man, if I did that, I'd be so far. I probably wouldn't. I would smoke it so weird. You know what I mean? Because I'd be
I just
trying to
bought
get the
a hash full
hash
from
off
these
it.
guys and it was good.
I'd be smoking it off the top, probably the whole fucking joint.
Was it? I bought a hash hole from these guys, Simply Mary. They had a hash hole. It's like
Dude,
30
that shit
bucks.
looks so fire. How much is it?
These are you should order one and try it out. They're 30 bucks a gram. 35 bucks a gram.
All right,
For
that'll do it.
rosin. It's live rosin.
Now, is
It's
that
on
tax
Simply Mary.
title? Is that everything out the door?
Yeah. Well, Yeah, and it's shipping from California too, so it's like Santa Cruz area or something like your area. Yeah.
All right, now remember, I get my shit for 15. All right.
You should. Well,
Yeah,
they got
Santa
wax. There's
for
they
the
got
Bay Area.
vibrant.
I'll try it. I might try it. I have to try it. Anyway, I got a donation. If you guys want to get on there, you donate, I'll buy that stupid shit. I'm sorry, I don't want to explain it. I mean, I'm sure it's the same shit. I'm sure it's the same.
No, okay. So like the thing with because I hopped
I
on right
really
when y'all
don't
were
mean to
ending that.
say that. I feel bad.
Let me give my take on this THCA thing. Let me give my quick take. So my take on it is there. Of course, there's going to be there's like thousands of companies. It's an oversaturated market right now. You don't know what you're getting. It's going to be fucking hemp 90% of the time. It's going to be
Right.
shit weed. It's gonna be good. But like, there's 10% of the companies, and they're reputable. You can look them up. There's one called Lucky Elk, and they have the industry of anybody in this THCA industry. They're the most highly talked about because they have like real live rosin that somehow they're selling as THCA and it's shipping everywhere.
All
I don't
right.
know how it's fucking.
Well, all right. Well, that's why I
But
like
it's
you, and that's
fucking,
why I believe you. And let's see, what is the company called?
huh?
What's the company called?
The best one, the top of the shelf one, is called Lucky Elk.
Is that .com?
Yeah. Or just look up Lucky Elk THCA. You'll find it. I bought this one. This came from North Carolina. This shit was Miracle Alien Cookies, which I think that's Mac, right? Isn't that Mac? That was pretty good. But I only did it to experiment because I have
No,
my
that's the
people in
point.
the
That's the
area.
whole point of the channel, bud.
You're gonna like it. I'm not gonna lie. You're not gonna be disappointed.
Interesting.
I bought some from these Amish people. I don't know how these Amish people have a website, but
I love
So,
dude, their bread
do
nap.
you
Their
think they
bread.
are testing it when it's wet to get the THCA test results, or do you think they're freeze
so
trying it to freeze the
well
THCA molecule?
I can pull up their COAs.
It's on their website. Yeah, I'm checking it out right now.
Yeah, amishgrown.com is the one that's who I go to the most because they have a Telegram and they're kind of like regular weed dealer, but they just have like a little storefront. But they had like budget live rosin that I bought they were selling it for $16 a gram, and that shit was fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I was so hyped over it. See, here it is. Look at it, budget live rosin.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm
15
checking out
bucks a
the.
gram.
Oh no.
Damn, that
That's
does
their
look
Oh,
fire.
lemon cake, amnesia haze. That's their two strains right now. It
Damn,
took,
dude.
and they didn't have this. They didn't have this 2 weeks ago because they had to restock. They only had like 3 different measures.
all their posted test results is basically it's all THCA, no
Right. It's
CBD,
just the
but then
COA.
total cannabinoids are like maybe a third of a percent higher than the total THCA. So even if there is some THC, it's still hitting under that 0.3% hemp law.
Interesting.
But the question is, like I said, are they in order to produce the because like THCA is an acid molecule that decarboxylates naturally through the drying process if you normally
Right.
just dry it through water. So are they breeding types of cannabis that it doesn't, or are they testing it when it's wet, or are they freeze drying it? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not exactly sure how they're producing these test results.
Right.
Do they
That's
have
kind of what I
their
was
own
thinking.
lab and they're just saying what the hell they want? You know, who knows? It's very interesting. Like, and see, this is why I question too. Is like, okay, here's a flower that they had tested, and it tested at 31.4% THCA, 32.2% total cannabinoids. Like, that's a really high test result. You know.
Right.
Sample name, date received, 2024 project date, cannabinoid profile.
Damn, that was annoying.
There he is.
No, so I'm looking at the COA and it looks like a fucking shitty scanned like piece of paper, like they scanned it on digitally. But the picture of the weed, like, so it looks like it's super larfy, and they cut it super early.
Right.
So like
Because that will
by
give you a
weight, they're
different result.
definitely
Right.
cutting it down, making the active
Yeah, that
THC.
makes sense.
So if active
If it's
THC by weight is under 0.3%, that's how they do it. And then obviously that's just a piece of the weed. They're growing the rest of it out, and then they're washing it and making hash rosin with it and selling it, and using that COA, putting that COA on each fucking package.
okay. That makes sense then.
But at the same, so that's why the industry is so saturated, though. So it's like all about reputation, which is why I haven't bought from
Here's the
anybody
other.
unless I've like seen like hella Reddit reviews and hack of people on YouTube. Like, yeah, these people are legit. That's why I got curious.
Right.
And here's how they're also skirting it too. Is like, okay, imagine you're in whatever state growing your so-called hemp, and
Yeah.
the Department of
You're
Agriculture comes out to do a field test and make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do. And then they walk into the middle of your field and they test your flowers in the middle of at whatever point while they're growing, it's going to produce a THCA result.
But
Yeah.
I mean, do you believe they do a random test like that?
See, look.
At least
This is
in
how it
Ohio, I
comes.
know they do to the hemp processors that are licensed.
Really?
So this is how it comes.
Thank
It comes with
God.
a return label if you want to send it back. Comes with multiple. Comes with this is see the legal notice in case they want to open it.
No shit. That's insane.
Yeah. So that's basically what you would get
And
in
then
Ohio.
it'll be like all the look, this was like some strawberry milk, black truffle, and then this was like a variety pack that had like a half-ounce samplers of wax.
Right.
Where's the camera at?
Yeah, back it up.
Seeing that, then I even know a couple other guys in Michigan who like knew somebody who had a hemp company, and then they were letting them like copy their paperwork, and then playing stupid if it got caught, and then they will throw that copied paperwork in the mail so that if lo and behold the post office does open up a box with 20 pounds in it, it's got that hemp paperwork, and they're more likely to just push it through.
And exactly, and when I drive around 9 times out of 10 nowadays, I literally have.
That is so fucking
Right.
funny. People don't understand what's going on, which is hilarious.
I mean, and if
Dude,
you like we
that's
talked
so
about
legit. That's
yesterday,
how I would do it.
like you can't drink and drive with alcohol, but technically in Ohio, I can drink and drive with cannabis drinks because it's hemp.
Exactly.
Right. So stupid. Man, we
But
talked
not
about that. That's so stupid.
nah, Nick, definitely if I suggest go on like Simply Mary, because they're just like they have the most selection, and look for a strain of some of their live rosin and buy one of the. This is probably like $35-40. Try it on stream. You're gonna be like, what the heck?
Yeah, I'll do it, dude. That's so silly. Ohio's so silly, to be honest with you. Dude, when I used to run that shit in Ohio, it's so funny.
Is that some
I
chatter?
love driving
Or is
around
that
in
some
my
stick and
7-Up
pull?
truck because nobody knew I had weed in the back.
Ooh, that looks tasty. What flavor is that, Mark?
Death Star Cherry Pie.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got this pull and snap.
This pineapple
I don't know
express.
what happens. Like these holes in the. I
Oh
didn't do
yeah,
that
pull
shit.
and
I hate when
snap
that
at that
happens.
point is a bitch.
I hate when
You
that
gotta
happens.
move it. You gotta move it over to something else.
You need to get one of those metal blocks that you keep in the freezer for concentrates.
Nah, dude, where are you at again? Georgia, Florida? You said Florida.
Florida.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
that looks.
too
Is
hot.
that some hash?
So out here, you don't need that shit. It should be cool. Out here, I would never have a cold block. What
He's
the
such
fuck are you talking?
bro. Shut up. He said, "Out
I
here,
was
you
like,
don't
you're
need
way
that
too
shit."
hot. I was like, well, there ain't no way we got a cold block.
This man said, "We don't need that shit."
You tripped me out when you said that. I was like, nah, there ain't no cold blocks out here.
No, for shatter.
Yeah, because you're hot as fuck with humidity everywhere, dude. Florida
Shattering
sucks.
gets to
I
room
hated
temperature.
Florida,
It's no
dude.
longer.
Here's Florida. Do you want to go into a
You
hot
lived in
box?
Ocala.
Do you know?
No, fuck that.
Okay,
You
I
lived
know.
in Ocala,
I lived
bro.
in Pompano Beach.
That's hot
Yeah.
as fuck.
I
What do you
also lived
mean?
in Tampa, and these are
You
hot
lived in the.
fucking places.
You lived on the beach both times. Of course, it was fucking hot. What are you complaining about?
And they're all rednecks. Say Florida's a redneck
Exactly.
areas.
Where in the area I'm in, it's just a bunch of fucking
It's
golfers and
hilarious
shit.
when I said, "Here's two people in Florida. You're a redneck or you're rich, right?"
Yeah, that's probably that's. Or you're like the fucking in between, who's like a redneck that has
There's
nice
no way
things.
between a redneck and a rich person.
Cause like no, rednecks are never rich. They just have nice shit.
Right. Well, yeah, you got that Lamborghini in front of your fucking trailer park.
Dead ass. Nah, dead ass, bro. I just went to Tampa and I was painting
You're
this house
killing me.
of this dude who has like 30 IGFA fishing world records. His
Right.
name's Dean Butler. He's an Australian dude.
And he's
And
cheating. He sticks like dead weights in his fish.
this dude has like
Yeah, I know how to cheat.
fucking
You're
quadruple
just
wide.
throwing weights in your fish.
No, he has like a quadruple wide on like a $2 million plot in Tampa.
No shit.
Out
I was in
here we
Lake.
don't need
You
much.
remember Lake Lanier up in Georgia? That used to be the biggest man-made lake. I guess Russia took it over, but it was a nice lake back
Russia.
in the day. Yeah, Russia built this crazy lake that they said it's bigger than it. We ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, Lake Lanier in Georgia used to be the biggest. Don't maybe get ChatGPT out.
Yeah, I used to smoke with this old lady, and when we get into arguments and I'd pull my phone out, she'd be like, I don't give a fuck what Google has to say.
I know. Well, she's wrong because she is wrong.
She'd be like, don't you bring your fucking phone out. I know I'm
No,
right.
I will pull it out every day. Here we go. All right, guys, hold on. We're doing it right now.
I know. Back in the day in school, you just had to be like, "Oh, okay," and go home and maybe ask your older brother or your
Is
parents or
Lake
something.
Lanier in Georgia the wait, no, it didn't do it right. Hold on, shit. Wait, we got
Nowadays, it's like, man,
what
I
the
got
fuck?
AI. Like,
What the
fuck
fuck
out of
just
here.
happened?
Dude, I don't even use AI.
Shut up. We're here. Is Lake Lanier in Georgia the biggest lake in the world, or is it the one in Russia? Bam, 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 bam. Lake Lanier in Georgia is not the biggest man-made lake.
That one's
I
for
heard
you,
Oh
though.
my
That's all.
God, Russia took us over. Fuck
there's
Russia.
dogs in Chernobyl
I
that have
am
been
one.
Georgia.
I am
breeding
one
with each
point.
other.
I am
Now they're a new
1.1%
breed.
Russian. Just an FYI. Evidently, this Russian lake just took it over. Damn it. My bad. I thought I heard about that too. That was a bad thing to look up.
They had to build a lake.
Lake Lanier in Georgia used to be the biggest man-made lake. In Russia, what they did is they put these bombs and they blew up this hole, right? And they said this is going to be a lake, and then they filled it with water.
Because they were trying to hide an alien landing spot.
Obviously. Jesus Christ. It's obviously always a conspiracy.
Damn Russians.
Hillary Clinton's a lizard.
Fuck them. I am 1.1% Russian.
Hillary Clinton's a lizard.
I got to say that every now and then just to cover everything. No, but 100% it's right. You remember when they said it was like this bell that landed, and then out of the blue, the Russians said, well, it was kind of man-made thing, blah, 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 blah.
Hey, so what do you guys think about those girls going to space? Or like,
No, they didn't go to space. What are you talking about? They went
went
up
to like
and
the
down.
upper
Yo, Mark got
It was
carried.
the equivalent of me sending like an apple up into space.
They're strong, independent
They
women
sent-
astronauts.
They sent Monkey.
Yeah, there are strong, independent women astronauts. I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
They're not
Yeah, but it
astronauts. They're
wasn't
not
them.
even crew. They were fucking passengers.
Seemed like they're getting seen.
Fucking
Like,
Katy Perry looking at the flowers.
Oh my God, we got him. Oh my God, hold on.
It'd be like back
Hey,
in
no,
the
get this
day,
cat out of my face. That's not cool.
riding an
Yo.
elevator, acting like you
I'm
flew on a plane.
offended.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, buddy.
No.
Yep.
That's
a little
right.
bit.
What's going on?
Just chilling like a villain, dude. Just hearing all the politics. I love it. I'm joking.
Dude, we were supposed to stop talking about politics
That's
a long
why
time
we.
ago.
That's why we smoke and we forget about it after, right? You know?
Hey, I
Right.
mean, at least we can have these
Forget about our
conversations and not get
problems.
fucking mad and be like, "I hate you. You have that opinion."
Everybody.
Nick,
That's why. That's
Well, I
why we
mean,
live in
that's the
America.
whole point. It's like, who gives a shit, right?
That's why we
The
Nick
live in
last thing
secretly
I'd
America.
ever
works
want
for
to do
the.
is be friends with somebody who could fucking not like somebody over their own fucking opinions. Like,
Yeah, who
just
gives a
opinions.
shit?
Who
Nick
cares if you're?
secretly works for the
You know what I
Kamala
mean?
Harris campaign. We all still love him.
Kamala? Don't say her name wrong.
Oh, you all love her. Shut up.
I honestly, to be honest with you, if she'd have become president, I think it would have been a good show to watch. Way better than the Biden show.
Bullshit. There
I
would
couldn't take another fucking 4
nobody
years.
is better than Trump. Trump out of the blue came out like bam, bam, bam.
Bro, Trump
He
got
Oh
turned
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
and started
Trump got shot and
smacking
stood up
people,
like a
dude.
motherfucking gangster, dude, and said,
Yo,
Trump
break
puts on a
my
good show, but I think she would have put on a good one too. Can you imagine? She'd have been drunk by like 10 a.m. doing interviews. The cackle.
Yo. There would have been no good interviews. We would have never. It'd have been the same. It would have been the same 4 years. We would have never gotten anything fucking
Kamala
live.
would have been horrible. Like literally, they already said that if like Biden came out, he would have been out in a wheelchair. It would have been insane.
nobody can. No female can run for president in the United States until like maybe 100+ years. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
Well,
agree.
because
Yeah,
like, isn't it?
with the
Doesn't it still
dysphoria and
say in the
stuff.
Constitution that you
I
have
think
to be
I think
native
a female
born?
can run for president when a female is clearly defined again.
I think it still says in the Constitution that you have to be native born, 40 years old, and male. So technically, they have to do a constitutional amendment to change it before
No,
they can become president, from what I understand.
or does it just
Right.
Because
say
there was a lot
natural
of
born
talk about
citizen?
that when Hillary ran. Because it was like if she did beat Trump, technically the Constitution says she can't be president. They probably would have overlooked that through whatever.
Uno reverse.
Oh,
But
dude,
whatever.
is that sentiment? Go, go, go.
If my phone wasn't dead, I'd take it with me and go get some
Dude, I
twisted.
couldn't have did that. Damn.
Chasing it with a water. That is a beast.
That's what I
Hey,
chase my tequila with.
every time I go to Vegas, they're like, oh, like in the morning, I'm like, I want a Modelo or Fireball. They're like, damn, or like a water or Fireball. They're like, damn, you're fucking a devil. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to start the day right.
Dude, me and Dorf Noah back in the day at the secret sessions, dude was rolling up on the fucking two-wheeler. The
Yep,
fucking, he was
the
killing
little
it, dude.
that shit was. I fucking look up to you, bro. You know what I mean? You're like one of the top guys, like the one of the top weed persons out there.
Hell yeah, bud. I love you, bud.
I love
Dude,
you too, bro. I'm jealous you live in the better. I live in the valley, like SFV. So I'm gonna try to hook you up in your family. Like I know you have like a family of 3, so I'll try to get some tickets for you guys to Universal. You know what I mean?
dude, I love to do it, bud. Love you, bud.
Not anytime, bro. You're
Is
always
that
motivation.
Yeah, dude.
a
Back
Todd
in the
Gurley?
day
Is
in
that
the
a Gurley
secret sesh,
season?
he would roll up.
Yeah,
Dude,
yep,
we was at
girly.
this
That's girly.
crazy secret sesh
Oh
and
yeah.
everybody was smoking. He rolled up, loved him, and I won't say the other dude rolling up, and he was kind of jealous. But we had a crazy sesh.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And it's crazy how the sessions change
But it's like how like I stayed around. Like I don't even go to sessions no more. And I just like I saw you still streaming. I was like, fuck it, I gotta pop in. You know what I mean?
Dude,
Because
we're
you're
gonna
like
have
a
some
real
fun, dude.
you're a real OG. You know what I mean? They
I know.
don't
I'm
make a lot
trying
of
to bring
OGs no
it
more.
back. I want to bring it back, dude. Nobody does it right. Everybody. I watch these weed streams, and they're like, "Eh, it smells like it smells like," and they literally kiss ass at everybody. But
Yeah,
me,
they
when
just
I
kiss
when I
ass.
when
You know
I
what I mean?
do it,
Yep.
I don't give a shit. I'm buying it. So, like, when somebody gives me money and I smoke it, I'm like going to give you the legit results. It is what it is.
That's what's cool about you. You're always true. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're
buddy.
true to you're true to life.
Let's do it, dude. Who wants a Dabmarine? I got a couple more to go.
I'll take another fucking Dabmarine. Have you ever heard of Don Rob or no?
No.
He's from Vegas. I gotta clean my rig, but he made me this rig, like kind of
Dude, that
Lakers
rig is
color.
beautiful. That purple and the
I
yellow.
gotta clean it, and I gotta get a new. I'm like you, bro. I dab so much. It's like, why do I clean the fucking? It's like, why
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
I? No, but your rigs are awesome, bro. Earl Juniors and all your.
I got a
You have
lot of Earl Jr.
you have a
I'll be
you have
honest with
beautiful
you.
you have a beautiful collection, bro. You have a
Yeah, I
beautiful
do.
collection.
Thank you. All right, let's do it, guys. Get your nails hot. Load your bolts, roll your turban, turn on your vaporizers. Pour your beers, pour your shots.
Hey, how long can these laser torches last for? You think?
Shit. My Shido's been like 10 years.
Yeah,
Mine's
I got a mini blazer, a blue mini blazer I've had for like 3.
3 years. Mine's like 4 years, I think, right now. But it gets so warm, so I'm scared. Like I feel like it's like a bomb. Like like we're about to throw a grenade.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly. Well, I had a nail fall on me.
I hate that feeling, dude. I fucking fuck that shit.
Because like the joint burned off.
Or you know what the worst feeling when you touch the torch on accident, you forget like it's warm, and you're
Yeah.
like fucking son of a gun.
All
But the
right, everybody,
angels,
get your
dude.
nails hot, load your bolts, roll your instruments, turn on your vaporizers, pour your beers, pour your shots. What a sesh with everybody. Let's do it.
I'm smoking on some mua meds, mua meds or
Mu-
some shit.
Where are they from?
Muhammad,
I don't even know.
Mexico.
Yeah, they're like, nah, it's like some rosin. It's like some rosin. I got it from Green Dragon. It's like my
Green
local shop,
Dragon?
Green Dragon. Yeah.
There's a green
I
dragon in
feel like
Orlando.
It's
the
not
whole
that.
state of Michigan now stopped those Muha carts and concentrate and whatnot.
Yeah, we get guys all over us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think they have too. And they have the joints too, I think, right? They have like joints too, I think.
Yeah, Muha's from like Texas, I think actually, if I'm not mistaken.
But it's not that bad. I get it for like 40 like 40 flat for the gram.
What
I know
probably
my one
happens
guy.
is they end up not selling out here and they move it out east.
Yeah, they probably move it
Yeah,
out east after.
That's what I guarantee always happens.
my
Muha
one
used
guy.
to
He
be
tried
in
to
a
order.
well, Muha actually was a black market brand a couple years back. It
All right.
recently became legal, like kind of like Big Chief did.
My
Interesting,
buddy tried to.
because like I always feel like at a point they just move it out east. Back in the day, all the black shit. It was like if I can't sell it here, we move it east, right? We move it north, we move it south. The Mexicans got it, the Canadians got it, the people in New York and Miami got it.
Texas.
My buddy. He tried to order 100,000 empty carts,
Oh no,
and
dude, you party like me, buddy.
Bro, I probably like you, bro. I'm from 7142, bro. My
Yeah,
mom is fucking
buddy.
born HP. My dad's from the SFV, Frat Valley.
Dude, me and this dude, when he rolled up, I was like, this is my boy. I never forgot him. I was like, dude, he's my buddy. We always party hard. When he came up in the secret sesh, it was crazy, dude.
Bro, I used to watch you before I used to smoke, and you used to take like, you used to drink what's it called, the beers out of like those big ass fucking like you get from like Vegas, those
Yeah,
Tuesdays,
those
whatever.
footlongs.
But yeah, but you drink it like beer, and you'd be like, I'm like, son of a motherfucker. You remember those shits in your old days?
Yeah, dude, that was the best shit ever.
I can't even believe you could do those. I was like, God, I give props to you for that shit. Wow.
Dude, well, that's why I try to kill it, dude. I gotta get another one. I ended up breaking it. I broke it on one of the videos, and I was so sad.
And you're
I
like,
ended up
Steve will do it. Like I know how Steve will do it and stuff. And it's
Yeah,
always like
Steve, me and Steve was close at a point. Me and Noah and the Nelk boys, all the Nelk boys. I knew all those guys back in the day. They were so cool. But I mean, they blew it up with the fucking beers and shit. That's all cool.
But it's always mind over matter, bro. Like how everybody says when you take a dab, whatever, or take a chug or something, or take a mushroom, it's always matter, like mind over matter.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, will you do it? Will you not? I loved it.
But I'll never. I love mushrooms, but I'll never take one again, bro. I took one like a big ass eighth of mushroom and go into a sesh. Fucking, I was tripping balls. I
Dude, that
was.
was crazy. Yeah. If you take a lot of mushrooms, 100%. But I did it for a string. If you do it for a while, you'll eventually beat Mother Earth.
So I did, bro. I looked at when I took an Uber home. I was looking like to the clouds, and I was like, I felt like I was like in the Mario movie, like or some shit. Like I was like, like I was on the clouds. I was like,
But
what
did
the
she
fuck?
say, "Hey, I'm here. I'll help you"?
Hey, thank God the Uber.
Like eventually she will say that. You got to go crazy on
Hey, I give props to that shit though.
it.
That
I'll
shit's
get you there. I promise
no, but
I'll see
it's
you.
cool because it gives people like if you have like really like health pain or whatever, it's good for it.
100%.
You know what
Dude, if I was dying, I would go
I mean?
insane on the hallucination.
I'll
It
do
would be
everything at one time.
like Dank showed that slide of those gummies. I would like just go dun, 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 dun. I would be insane. I literally would possibly die on an overdose on THC because there ain't no way I can handle it. I can't handle death. I'll be honest with you guys. There ain't no way I can handle it. Like if I found out I'm dying, I'm going crazy.
That's what's kind of scary about death. That's why we all like we all do what we do, right? Like you know what I mean? Like we smoke, whatever. I don't think we're all scared, but life's a life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Eventually we go somewhere. You know what I mean?
And you did I wanna get on that conspiracy. So, there was a Russian, I said this on the video earlier, that they found your soul bounced to this other solar system about 40 billion light years away, right?
Doesn't my sperm go there too? I'm joking.
Possibly. So, think about that. Out of the blue, you die, you're like, "Bam, you're somewhere else."
That's
You, you wake up on the other planet and take the VR goggles off and go, "Fuck! What just happened?"
Well, no, that is, yeah, that's Slick Rick or what's his name? Yeah, you're right. It could be.
nah, but what's it called? But what do you guys like? I know, like you guys have been talking about. Like I kind of came in when you guys were talking about like kind of conspiracy, like politics stuff. But I watched with Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, you know how he said about Area 51, right?
Right.
Everybody says aliens, whatever. Of course, there's something out there in the atmosphere, of course. But Area 51, do you guys believe it's alien stuff or it's like high high tech like technology weapon stuff that
Well,
US
that's
doesn't want to
No,
tell
that
I
people?
that
think
is a
it's just.
very
I
good
think it's
question.
just. I think it's technology and secrets that would rock the fucking the known world. Like I bet they got like if Jesus's body was found, it's in Area 51, and they know like on some Indiana
Aliens are
Jones type
coming.
stuff.
Well, they
Yeah, like
already
Yeah,
said they found like the Noah's Ark, right?
yeah.
I don't
Mount
really know, but
Ararat.
probably.
They found there's it's theoretically where because that's they found They found petrified beaver wood in Mount Ararat, and that is where the biblical location that Noah's Ark was to have beached.
But
And
that
beaver wood
isn't
was what it was made
something,
of.
right? Isn't that insane?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that story is in almost every
Well, like,
fucking
I'm
religion.
not religious. I don't think anybody who
So that
follows
definitely
me is
happened.
crazy
Atlantis was
religious,
real.
right?
I'm
But
not gonna
in
believe that
general,
either.
like, we all follow, like, man, this is crazy, right?
But
I mean, we can all agree Atlantis was real.
You
It's a
think
pretty big
Atlantis was?
coincidence.
Right, right.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
the Atlantis, that's crazy.
I think
But
it
my
Look
bad,
up
comes
keep on
the
down.
talking.
Rishat, or will you watch Joe Rogan? Look up
Right.
the Rishat structure. It's in the
But I
Sahara.
mean, the entire thing of like the Egyptian pyramids, that's insane. Now, out of the blue, they got these SAR scans, right?
I mean, is
And
it
they
really that
scan them down.
insane when the
Now, out of the
Egyptians
blue, if
had
you
like fucking
watch
millions of
like
slaves?
the movie, you know, they show that these pyramids do this, right? What if that happens?
What, the sources of energy?
Right. So they like
There's a big
release
ass
my
pool of
ice.
mercury in the bottom of the pyramid.
Possibly
I'm not
they
gonna doubt that.
create the entire history of humanity, right? That'd be insane.
There's a giant chamber full of mercury in the bottom of the pyramid, and there's like all these tunnels that lead up in weird ways, and then there's like copper and shit up in there. I guarantee it's just a big battery. It's acid.
Well, I
Like I
mean,
bet
they
back then they
showed
would
it
just pour
like the
acid in there
entire
and fucking make
Illuminati.
electricity.
If you watch Total Recall, right? At the end of it, it was about like putting the hand down and like making the oxygen, right?
You think it's like terraform?
Right. So wouldn't that mean that's what happens here?
That like the dinosaurs are here, but then the ice
Right.
age
I mean,
happened.
nobody
Then
knows how Earth
terraforming
was formed.
after like during the
Well,
ice
okay,
age,
no, see that, but
or did they
that's common
terraform after that?
misconception. I think humans and dinosaurs did interact.
Right?
Why the
But
fuck
No,
is there
how would the
dragons in all of
dinosaurs
the, no?
disappear?
Why is there dragons in all of everybody's fucking mythology?
because they
See,
didn't know
I
they were
think.
dinosaurs. They saw
Right.
giant bones in the ground, and it's like, oh, it must have been dragons because they didn't know they're dinosaurs yet.
Well, I mean, that's what happened to me as a kid. They said the dinosaurs didn't exist. They said like you're shaping like bones.
Well, now they know that pretty much all the dinosaurs were covered in feathers and multicolored, but they don't want
Right.
to go back and change all the books to reflect that.
The
But look,
movies.
But they want to go back and put chemtrails in Disney movies.
Yeah, right.
Did they really do that?
Priorities, man,
That's
priorities.
insane. That is insane if they
Hey
did that.
man,
but
they changed the weather, man. They get cloud seeding, man. Heavy metals up in
But
there,
I mean,
man.
they already got blue rain in like Texas, right?
Well, the rain here is fucking green. Depends on where you are.
No, they
If it,
got blue rain in Texas. Look it up, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, I think they like figured out that it was due to like pollution in the air. The rain going
But
through
what the
it, like
fuck does that mean?
hey,
because they,
but let me
they,
talk.
they, they
something
cloud
in the
seed,
air
they
that
turn into
Like,
affected the
should
gas.
you
water.
not drink it, Mark? So you're saying, Mark, say don't drink the water?
Yeah. Well, yeah. If any strange liquid falls from the sky, you probably shouldn't drink it.
If it's blue, say don't drink it.
Yeah, if it's any other color than watercolored, like clear.
Well, I mean, I get that, I guess. But I mean,
Oh
Yeah,
come
but
man,
it's
on.
this
not a
water's
natural.
orange. I'm getting thirsty.
Also, could have
That
been
kind of
a
blue's not a
plane flying
naturally
overhead,
reoccurring color.
emptying out their toilets, empty out their
I don't
portable
even know
toilets.
how to think about that. But I mean, I guess you're right. But the dudes who did drink the blue liquid, they hallucinated.
Do you drink
Yeah, because
rainwater?
all the fucking. I'm sure that it's the blue water. Yeah, it's bad. We need to look into it. It's something that
Nick,
needs
do
to be
you
looked
drink
into.
rainwater as it is?
Well, I would
It's not
never
even colored.
drink blue water. I never do that. Oh,
It was, I guess if it's raining blue water, now it's a good time
Hey,
to clean the
well,
windows.
hold on. What about? Wait, no, there's holes in that. Because what about in Waterboy? This is
It's
Waterboy,
just
just a
I guarantee
glacier in
Waterboy
Alaska.
wouldn't drink fucking blue water.
Yes, he
That
did.
shit
just
was
This is
insane.
water from
a
a
bunch of
glacier
kids
in
drinking
Alaska.
Windex.
No,
No,
that was
that
crystal
it
clear.
wasn't
That was
blue. It just
amazing.
glowed because it was magic.
Why is it cold? 'Cause it's
Waterboy
magic.
did not drink blue water.
It's always cold.
Okay, you know,
This
you
was
know,
blessed. This was blessed
precedent
by
when
an
you're total
Eskimo
recall.
metaphor.
You're killing me.
They just press total recall bullshit. Like, oh, it's gotta be the pyramid thing's gotta be real because in Total Recall,
hey,
they did that
hey,
was the whole point of the movie. Now he's come up with Water Boy and Blue Water.
Just watch out, watch out for
hey,
the
I'll
yellow
And
rain. You'll be all set.
I'll drink blue water if it was blessed by an
Dude, I want to
Eskimo
see you
medicine woman.
drink blue water on our stream. Out of the blue, I want you to catch it. If you can catch it live and drink it
Hey,
live,
can I talk
I'm
real
gonna
quick? Hey,
fucking
let
do
me
that
talk.
shit.
Let me talk.
Hey,
Let me talk. Let me
hey, does
talk.
this count if I drink it out of this?
Well, I mean, you gotta catch it though. It's gotta be blue. Get a clear
Hey,
glass. If you can't get a clear glass, forget it.
You're
Get the
fooled. It's blue
Houston.
water.
I will fucking get a clear
Hey,
glass.
what color is Nick? What color is water?
It's clear. Anyway.
What color?
Well, that's something to say.
What color is that?
But I mean, when you see blue water, can you imagine jumping in the
Back to
water
the blue
and
water.
pulling out a glass and it's blue? It ain't gonna happen. Like literally, I surf and swim too much. I don't care how blue the water is, it's not blue.
What about Tiahipu? That water's probably blue.
I'm gonna get a glass of water. I'm gonna go outside and make sure it reflects off the sky, so it's blue. I'm gonna get a photo of it. Post
I
it to
bet if I go to
Discord.
the springs, it's blue.
That's blue. See how no clouds.
yeah, but
There's
you know,
clouds.
supposedly the scientists say that some crazy shit makes it blue. I don't know what makes it blue though.
The reflection of the ocean.
Well,
Probably.
like the reflected sky is where we're
The reflection of
They
the sky turns the sky blue.
they
no, it
say
turns the ocean.
something makes it blue. Like it makes it.
It's the reflection of the
It's
ocean.
water droplets. Water
That's
droplets
why.
reflecting from the sun. Like the sun's reflecting off the water droplets in the sky. That's why it's blue.
Well, that could
What just
be.
happened?
All right, well, my
Ooh,
son's getting off the bus here, so I'll see you guys later.
All right, Dank.
All right, later.
All right, Dank, my boy Dank.
Later on.
Down to 4.
We're down to 4. Let's see how long we live.
No, my
Dude,
battery left.
you and me are gonna have a dab off at a point.
You need to get
Fuck,
another Dabber gun.
I gotta get a new torch, bro.
But dude, I ran out of beer.
Oh.
I sent you a little thing on your little app thing,
I know.
but I don't know how does that work. Does it send it with you in a day or does it like a couple of days?
You know, I'll be in there. That's,
No, because you know how some apps, you know how like you get what I'm saying. I don't know how
did you
that
just
shit
burn
works.
something?
Oh,
Nick.
cheers. Shut up.
He looked like he burnt something. Yeah. Hey, who's that behind you? Got him.
Oh man, he really got his goat with that
Doofus.
one.
Oh yeah.
Doofus. What a nerd.
He's one of those guys that'll come up behind you and tap you on the other side of the shoulder.
I've
That's the
been
best
bringing
way
back.
to get him.
I've been bringing back. Shut up, loser.
Shut up, everybody. I gotta hit the
I
button.
feel like bullying needs to be brought back to consensus because there's a lot of like these Gen Zers, man. They're too soft. I'm glad to be a millennial.
Stay inside. We keep telling them that they're going to get kidnapped if they go outside. So all we do is
I
stay
just saw a
inside
video.
now.
I just saw a video of a little fucking 10-year-old ditch
All
his
my
brother.
time I spend the entire day in the woods.
My mom used to tell me that if I got kidnapped, they'd put me back because I'm annoying as shit. I was never worried about being kidnapped.
I would always, as my parents say, oh, you'd always escape because they couldn't even ground me.
I'm a bite
I always
somebody.
needed to take outside. Yeah, did he finish? He had like a 12-pack of Modelo. He already finished it.
You already finished it?
I think he said he's out of beer.
Yeah, I need to go get some.
I just drink water and a couple of shots. I'm good. I'll drink beer like when I go to like a restaurant or some shit. But it's hot as fucking California.
Where'd he go?
No,
He had
I
to go
think he
take a
said
shit.
he's take a piss shit.
He
A
had to go
piss
take a
shit.
healthy one.
A shitty piss.
He had
Yep.
to go poop out.
You gonna
That's
poop
what I
out of
like to
his.
say whenever someone knocks
Yeah.
on a public restroom. I like to say, I'm pooping out some shit.
Alex Franco said he's probably throwing up.
Nah, he's not drinking shots. He's good.
Well, that's just
Yeah,
drink a
it's just a
12-pack.
12-pack. That's nothing. That's breakfast.
Yeah, yeah. I could drink a 12-pack. That's nothing.
They're probably Modelo. They're probably light beers too, so that'll be good.
Yeah, Modelo's are light. 4.5, 4. I think. Oh, shit.
I've been drinking these fucking
It's
things, dude.
not that
What else
kind of
you know?
string.
Twisted Tea.
8%ers though.
Not bad.
Yeah, so 2 tall boys. Fuck. Like, well, by the time the second one is actually hitting you, you're fucked up. And I'm usually I drink tequila, so these actually been hitting pretty nice. Not gonna lie. I thought this one was empty actually. I got a whole bunch of empty.
I used to drink IPAs, but now I don't drink those shits.
That's gross.
Now my
Drinking
boys and like
IPAs pretending it's good. Well, hold on. Oh, yeah. You want to try?
nah, but my
IPA.
buddies
You
that live
think?
in LA that like they live in LA, they like fucking drinking those shits. I live in the valley, but my buddies in LA, they like drinking IPAs. I don't know why. I don't drink
You
those.
think as weed smokers we would like IPAs because how fucking skunky they are?
Why
But
did said Trump shuffle? Hold on, Grant.
But my boys are weeds. My boys that drink them are weed smokers. So, but they're from LA, so they don't give a fuck.
Grant Widener said Tramadol shuffle. I literally have Tramadol for my broken leg.
You have a broken leg?
Yeah, I was watching the UFC fight a couple weeks ago, and I ran out of beer, and I took my little electric scooter to the 7-Eleven and broke my leg on the way there.
Damn.
It's a tibial crown crack, like right where the ACL is, but my ACL is fine. I didn't Derrick Rose.
That's good. But holy shit, that sucks, but it's kind of funny.
Oh, it's funny as shit. I told my boss I got hit by a car, so I didn't lose my job.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I was driving drunk on my scooter.
I got
I was drunk on my scooter, getting
all
more
the
beer.
fucking.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't
Did
take
you
it. I
just
don't
like,
take unless I like fucking slip and twist and it starts hurting. I haven't taken much. Not really into pills.
yeah, me neither.
Rather drink. I need to go get some tequila though. The fucking Walmart liquor store has Hornitos for $21. It's a great fucking deal.
Yeah, Hornitos isn't bad at all.
Yeah, and Hornitos just dropped a lime one. That's only like it's 35%, but it's like a lime tequila. Shit, it's
Well, that
fire.
5% lime.
Yeah, 5% of it's lime, I guess. Yeah,
I
he's
got this
definitely
shit.
dropped.
It's pretty
There
good.
he is. Oh,
Oh,
I love Camarena. You know, Camarena's like the best. Besides, okay, there's two well tequilas that you can tell if a bar is a good bar. If their well is Camarena or if their well is Humidor, that's a good bar.
Well, yeah, I asked the guy at the liquor store which one he preferred, and he said this one.
Camarena's good. Yeah, that's like bang for your buck.
He's like, it's a good
I'll
one,
get
like to
Camarena when
stock
well,
yourself. Yeah.
Hornita's usually like $30. So now that I know it's $21 at Walmart, I'm gonna fucking be getting it a lot at Walmart.
Hey, Nick, you all right?
Yeah, bud. So Walmart, you said Walmart, how much is what?
Hey, you got a little on your. There you go.
So what do you
No,
say at Walmart?
Hornitos is fucking $21 at Walmart liquor store, and it's like $30 everywhere else.
No shit. That's a good deal.
I don't know about this.
You messed up the camera.
I know.
You bumped out. You bumped out Noah.
I know. Where's Noah?
You just bumped him out.
Or did he leave?
Yeah, I think he left.
Oh, I don't know about trying to position line.
Yeah, poor Noah.
Let's probably get something to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna be back on tonight?
Yeah, bud.
For sure or no? Well, I guess you can't
Yeah, it
predict what's
should
gonna
be.
happen. All right, you guys.
All right, Mark.
Yeah, take it easy.
Peace out. Take it easy.
I'm gonna take a break and go get some twisted teas. I'm gonna hop on the game in a little bit if you're on.
All right, bud. I'll see you in a minute. Peace out.
All right, bro. Peace.